Hello, guys and gals, and Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas to you, Merry Christmas. That's probably copyright striked. Merry Christmas, I still got other Christmas music. Merry Christmas Eve to you. Trying to get a whole bunch of Christmas music running. We're gonna play some Grim Dawn today. And I don't have my YouTube chat up. Where's my YouTube chat? There's my YouTube chat. What's up, YouTubeites? YouTubeites. Kokodo, what's up, Kokodo? How's it going? Did I modify? I did not modify this. I'm in the wrong category entirely. On Twitch. There. We are now modified on Twitch. We're in the right category. Congratulations. Alright, since we got Christmas music running, let's make sure we turn off the game music. We don't want the two interacting with each other. Oh, Merry Christmas, Fallout 3. Coordinator's putting in some work down there. Hey, Cody. Will you come say Merry Christmas? If I give you a porkum twist? If I give you a porkum twist, you could come say a Merry Christmas to everybody? Get the porkum twist. Yes, I do like them porkum twists. So you gonna give that to me? So you gonna get that to me? Yes, you can have it. Get the porkum twist. It's a thumbs is pretty good, not gonna lie. You spit out the piece right there. Right there. Spit the piece. Thank you, silly boy. I get one or two. Alright. Oh, dang. I left off with a whole bunch of loot in my equipment. What's up, BNKzilla? Wow, so much better armor than mine. Holy crap. Vigorous Assault Epaulets of the Void Harbinger. 24% vitality damage, chaos damage, vitality decay, health, chaos resistance. Other than armor, they don't really have a lot going for them in terms of what I'm looking for. I don't really know about that one. No, what am I doing over here? Let's go over here. That way we can sell Dujinx. Bow, 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 beat, beat, bow, beat, dee, 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 won't beat, do, do, dee, dee, dee. This gives us 30% bonus damage to pets and a 13% attack speed increase to pets. Man, all this stuff is really high level Dujinx. The Secret Marksman. Anti-clotting dart. Induces heavy bleeding. +4 to cadence. Purging gaze. The world is filled with the heathens and heretics, and so by the grace of the Luminari, it shall be purged of this damnation. That one seems kind of powerful. I'm not sure about it, but it seems powerful. I don't know, I might hold on to that one. Then we're gonna get rid of this one. I thought about it. I don't know. Wretched Crow of Abysmael. Man, look at all that freaking pet damage on that thing. 98% all damage, 48% acid damage, 51% poison damage, 35 poison damage over 5 seconds. That is a lot of poison damage. There's so many doojanks to look at. Prismatic Eviscerator. Fire, cold, and lightning damage. 533 damage per second if equipped. It's a lot of damage. It's also multi-elemental. Prismatic Eviscerator. I'm gonna eviscerate you with my prismaticness. What the hell was that belt? Holy crap, it's a lot of crazy stuff on that belt. Level 50 though. What's up, Kai? How's it going? Merry Christmas, Kai. There's some nice bonus pet stuff on there. I got my death ward on now. I kind of like that though. 24% pet damage, attack speed. I think that might be my old amulet actually. Yep. I think that's just my old amulet. Master of Death. Master of Death is like my ultimate or whatever. I don't know what you call it. Boom, 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 boom.
I'll keep your stash safe.
Alright, let's put some of these items in here. Hang on to these for right now. This thing seems insane. I don't know what the hell's going on with this thing or why it's so much more damage than everything else I've got. I mean, according to this, it's like massive additional damage. I don't know. I'll have to try that out.
I'll keep an eye out.
Hey, Cody, guess what? Your butthole stinks. You got stinky butt. That's right. But don't worry, I got you some butt wash for Christmas. So you can get rid of that stinky butt. You gonna use it? You gonna use a butt wash? You don't even care, do you? Look at your face. He said, I don't care about the butt wash. He said, why don't you wash your butt? How about that? See, you the one with the stinky butt. You the one with the stinky butt. I don't know no stinky butt. Alright, where the hell did I leave off? I don't even remember. Oh, there's a quest up. I know what that one is. I don't have the doojanks for that. I don't got the doojanks for that. Okay. Oh, dang. I'm all the way up here. Look at that. I'm all the way up here in Blood Grove. In the Grove of Blood, Cody. In the Blood Grove. Cody, in the Blood Grove. You got blood there. Well, you got the hiccups. You got the hiccups, Cody. You got the hiccups. Why you got the hiccups? And why you doing a frown? You got to turn that frown upside down. Can you turn that frown upside down? Said I don't know, I'm a dog. It's kind of hard to turn frowns any which way I want to turn them. If I'm being perfectly honest. Ooh, look at that one. That's a big one, Cody. Look, see, that's a big jigger. Ha ha ha.
That skill's not ready.
The chinchillas cannot roam free while the doggy roams free. That is unfortunately the side effect. While Mr. Kubus Abubus, who is a very lovely dog, except he's a jerk face and he always barks at me when he doesn't need to, this one cannot coexist with the Chinchillas. They are not coexistable. So when this one is out, the Chinchillas have to stay in their cage. They're right here next to me, though. The Chinchillas. Chinchillas are right there, isn't they? Why don't you go play with the Chinchillas? He likes to play with the Chinchillas through the cage bars. And that's all you're allowed to do, because you might kill them. Go play with the Chinchillas. What's up, Irene? What's up, meow? Merry Christmas to both for you. What does a chinchilla eat, though? About the same thing as a horse. They eat alfalfa grass and timothy hay and oats and things like that. They have a very similar diet to a horse. Mystic fleshed warped plate mail of frostbite. A meowy Christmas? Oh no. Less cats. Less cats during Christmas. Oh, what did I just come across? It's like there's people here fighting. Take your food rations. I'm hungry. It's been pretty fun so far, meow. I've been having some fun with it. Definitely, definitely. Here, you little punks. Stalwart Kaiman's Badge of Fortitude. Looks like it's for a grenade build. Try plunks get wrecked. Did you see the 22 Nights of Terror for today on Diablo 2? Everybody gets item find. Which doesn't really help me very much, and that's the only reason I'm not playing, is because literally the only character I have pretty much in Season 5 is an item find barbarian. and my my Prakazan has like no magic find, so doesn't really do her much good either. Yeah, for one day only, everybody gets item find in Diablo 2. I'll be back to Diablo 2 when Season 6 hits. Yeah, level 42 suckers. What the hell is that? A fort. Armor collection. Oh, look at Cody being a goodest boy over there and actually eating his own food for once. I'll make fun of him all the time because all he ever eats is my food. He's such a freaking little cheater. You better back up. You ain't getting one of them donuts. These are my sour cream donuts. Boy, these are the sweetest donuts I ever had in my life. I can eat like one. I can eat like one donut, and these things are like so ridiculously sweet. I don't understand why. They're not even like coated in sprinkles or chocolate or anything like that. They're just ridiculously sweet. Gamble day was Friday, man. You missed it. You missed the gamble day. It was Friday. However, if you check my channel, meow, you'll find a video on how to make infinite gold even without the event. And you can gamble to your heart's content using the infinite gold glitch. You don't even need the special reduced vendor prices day. You don't even need it anymore. All you need to do is find the right item and basically just follow my my technique within the video. The technique in the video goes over everything. I'm on Discord, meow, if you want to come hang out. I'm in the Grim Dawn channel. Hey, Cody. You ain't getting none of my donuts, so you might as well just give up. That's right, this is my donut, and you're not allowed. It's super easy to do, meow. If you want to pick up that trick, it's actually really easy to get your hands on it.
Yeah, I think I saw about that though. That one.
Yeah, well, yeah, do it. You don't even need the special vendor day. You can just do it with that.
True. I guess vendor day is just easier because it's like you just buy, sell, buy, sell. Instead of you've got to stock up gold, then you do your gambling, then you got to stock up gold again. Yeah, I did see. I think I saw your video on that. There has to be a certain stats on it, like max damage or something.
Grinding is what you're looking for. The grinding prefix.
Game don't look too bad.
It's very similar to Diablo 2 in a lot of ways. It's honestly, it feels like I'm just playing Diablo 2 with extra steps.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got that, I don't know how to say it, like the graphics. They're like nice graphics, but it's not like cartoony, right? It's got that Diablo feel.
Oh, hello, Sister Brava. Sister Bravna, can you sit down? Why are you so aggressive? Sit down. Stop being aggressive. Ow. I said quit it.
Dungeon crawler things.
Get yo out here. I don't like you. Yeah,
You're doing summons, aren't you?
Yeah, skeletons. You can basically pick two classes in this game. You kind of like dual spec.
Yeah.
And so I did. I'm doing necromancer and soldier, which is apparently Death Knight.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw your little Archie skeletons. I thought they looked like quite fun. 'Cause I've always wanted that in D2. Instead of having mages, just have little archers that can like fire frost arrow and fire arrow. I think that'd be better. And then just a physical archer, and then one that does magic arrow or something. So you got different types.
Well, Irene, you just tell her that she's just jealous that she doesn't have tinsel for hair.
How dare she,
You
Irene?
just tell her she's jealous. She's just jealous, that's all. Dread Skull. 24% piercing, 30% bleeding, 5% total speed. I've actually really been enjoying the itemization in this game, although it's a little confusing. For the most part, the itemization is quite easy to follow. You know, like bonuses to fire damage, bonuses to this. Like, it seems to be pretty clear when an item isn't really made for your character.
Yeah.
Like, it'll show you these plus to skills on it. Like, this helmet right here has, like, +3 ignition, +3 volcanic stride, +2 to stun jacks. Well, they're all grayed out. And then because they're all grayed out, I know that they're not for me because I don't have any of those skills.
See, I like that.
Help me.
I wish. Yeah, I think that's nice that they grade it out and they make it. Because there's a lot there. Like, when you're just looking at that as a thing, that's a lot of writing for an item. So I think that's really nice that they've done that. Because then literally you just look for grey. It's grey, sell it.
Put it to good use.
Ah, you're not old yet, Irene.
Oh no, gray hair can come surprisingly early in some people. I've seen some people with gray hair in their 30s.
Yeah, I had a friend that was in his 20s and he went grey. My other friend in his 20s went fully bald. He was bald at like 22. Like fully just...
I'm told that grey hair is actually more to do with stress than age.
Yeah, I think it is. And life is more stressful now when you think about it.
Well, have you ever seen the pictures of like the U.S. presidents, like before they went in office and after they came out of office?
Oh yeah.
They often have
They look more
much more gray hair.
Well, it's also like bags under your eyes and lines in your face, and that's all to do with stress as well.
I mean, like here's a couple pictures here. Like, let me pull this up for just a second.
Yeah, exactly.
So look, there's
gray
Obama.
Just age.
There's Obama when he started and when he got out of office. Look, full of gray. There's Bush when he went in. Look, not really all that much gray. Like almost completely gray when he got out. Same thing here. He looks like he was dyeing his hair, but still he's got a lot more gray in there. I mean, it seems like every single president when they went in office, and by the time they came out, like all their hair was gray.
Yeah, it's because it's stressful as
It
hell.
was very stressful being a president, I'm sure. Like
yes,
extremely.
I get there's perks, but imagine getting... imagine having everyone whinging at you constantly. Oh, look at this, look at that, look at this, look at that. You know, it's constant. Decide on this, do that. Like, yes, you've got power, but at the same time, you don't get a moment to rest, sort of thing. It must be horrible. But yeah, I don't think gray's just about age.
I like to imagine it in a different way. Like, your dad is basically, you know, like the president of your house, so to speak.
Yeah.
And basically the president is the president of everyone's house. I mean, he's got to deal with everything and worry about everyone all the time, so...
And I guess at the moment it's even more stressful because of all the wars going on, all the, money's, the value's gone down a lot, inflation's gone up.
Oh, there's hundreds of thousands of reasons why you could be stressed out at any given time. People complaining about gas prices, hundreds of different stuff. I mean, you never know what's gonna frickin' set people off.
I wouldn't worry about it, Irene. It's like, as long, you're beautiful either way. It's people need to realize that beauty isn't just in looks. It's also, your heart and who you are, your personality.
Yeah, but what am I gonna do? Run a channel called Ginger Gaming Mentor. If all my hair turns gray, I'm gonna have to change it to Gray Gaming Mentor.
Could you imagine you grey? I just can't see it. Like, you with a grey beard, it just wouldn't suit you.
Gray Gaming Mentor.
But then my dad, he was ginger, and even in his 50s, he had no greys. Right. Like, his hair changed colour a bit, went a bit lighter. It wasn't as, like, fiery ginger. It, like, lost a bit of its vibrance, but... Like, I think gingers, they don't really go grey very quick.
Some people look better with gray hairs, yeah. Totally not trying to be racist here at all, but...
No.
This is something that we have to talk about for a second when we're talking about gray hair. Is that black people in general tend to look really good, really handsome when they get those grays in there. And I've actually been told by a couple women before that like they would have like an older gentleman who started to get gray hair, and they would stop him because he was buying hair dye to dye his hair back, to the normal color. And they're like, no, darling, them gray hairs is sexy. And they're like, they'll literally take the thing out of his hand and throw it away. They're like, don't you dare cover up those gray hairs.
Some people just look really good with some grays.
And I think that's hilarious. I think it's true too. Like, there's something about like the addition of the gray hair in the
what's that?
And with the black, it just looks really cool with the silvers and the black together. It's a really nice look. That's literally, we just pulled that up. So like Obama, I mean, I don't care how you feel about him, but it's one way or the other, whatever your political leanings are. But honestly, I kind of feel like he looks better with the grays in his hair, doesn't he? Like I feel like
It's
he
like-
looks. I feel like he looks better with the grays in his hair. He looks more. I don't know. Like
It's like think of Sam Elliott. He looks amazing with grey.
I mean, it's just. I think the grays add a little pop to it, makes it stand out. You know what I mean?
I don't know if you lot have seen him. He was in The Ranch, loads of other things. He looks really good. He's a silver fox, as you'd call it.
Silver fox, is that what they call it?
Yep, Sam Elliott. He's I couldn't imagine him with like a different hair color. Like Google him, guys, and you'll be like, yeah, you just can't see him with like coloured hair. He looks brilliant with grey.
Cody, you gonna have some gray hairs too? You look like a moo cow right now. What would you look like with some gray hairs? He said, I don't know. He's already got some on my chin.
Oh, that's true, Irene. Like, you see all these teenagers now doing that grey colour. Like, it's very popular. It's kind of strange. Like, people that want to be grey in their teens, it confused me. Like, yeah, it looks good, but it's strange.
Just dye it platinum and say you're platinum blonde. Yeah, platinum blonde. Yeah. Platinum.
So, Charles, you look a bit like a skunk.
Whoa, that's a little rude there, meow.
Well, no, he said like...
Don't be saying he looks like a skunk. Come on now.
He said
and
one
that's
side...
a stripe
or
down the back is a skunk.
Is it a raccoon? I can't remember.
A stripe down the back is a skunk. That's not skunk. What is he, Pepe Le Pew?
Yeah. Half his face grey, half his face normal. Hello, Jasmine.
Hey, what's up, Jasmine? Merry Christmas.
Oh, I'm gonna watch Rebel Moon later. It looks absolutely amazing. I watched a trailer for it, and I think it's one you would enjoy.
I watched about half of it so far. It's pretty nice. It kind of has like a Star Wars vibe to it. It's not.
That's
Star
what I
Wars.
was thinking.
It's not Star Wars, but it has a Star Wars vibe to it.
It just looked really good. I've been watching Reacher season 2. I'm just waiting for more episodes. And I started watching Percy Jackson, the series that just came out. Just started.
You're like Two-Face, Charles? Oh, you got Percy Jackson? You haven't seen Percy Jackson?
No, it's the series. There's a new series out.
Oh, okay.
Making it as a series. There's only 2 episodes currently, but I enjoyed them. Someone was like, the movie's better. I'm like,
Well,
I
watch the
think
movies
the
too.
series is good.
Watch the movies too.
I've seen them, but personally, I like series more because it's like you can go more into detail.
I think that's definitely a thing, is that like you just get more detail out of the series in general.
Yeah, because you could just do as many episodes as you want.
I don't like how they sometimes drag out certain things that could be quick,
yeah.
but at the same time, I mean, it's a give and a take there.
You'll have to try it. I thought it was pretty good. The first 2 episodes weren't bad.
Yeah, I watched the first half of the Moon. I was doing something at work today that didn't really require very much attention.
Yeah.
Just I would sit there and just mindlessly plug away at it. So I just had it playing in the background. It was
Have you
pretty
watched
good.
the Marvels yet?
It kind of reminds me, like we were talking about it when you first like read the title. It looks more like Star Wars, less like Star Wars, more like Firefly.
A bit like Firefly and Dune and...
More like Firefly than it is like Star Wars, and yet kind of has like a Dune feel to it too, because of the whole like there's like a
on the planet sort of thing.
Well, no, it's the whole like there's like a monarchy involved.
Yeah.
So like the Dune had the monarchy thing going on too. I don't think there really was much of a monarchy in Star Wars except for Queen Amidala, but.
True. I actually rewatched Firefly not long ago. I was sad though because it ends and you just want it to keep going.
You gotta watch the movie. Watch Serenity.
Okay, I'll have to have a look.
You never seen Serenity?
I don't know. I might have done.
So Serenity is the movie. Oh, I was standing in that stupid stuff. Serenity is the movie that came out after the series got canceled. And basically, it completes the series. It is basically the completion of the series from.
If I've watched it, it was a long time ago, so I'll probably watch it. Cause I think it was a couple of months ago that I rewatched Firefly. I really enjoyed it. Cause I watched oh, what's it called? The main actor in it, the guy, he was in like a police show.
Sounds like you're really gonna enjoy the Sounds like you're really gonna enjoy the Blood Moon because it is very much so like a Firefly kind of a show.
I enjoyed The Expanse and all that. I watch a lot of different stuff.
Cody,
I love my superhero stuff as well. I recently watched the recent Marvel one, the Marvels. That was good. Actually, really enjoyed it. The cats in it just made me giggle my head off.
Behind you, stupid. I threw a thing for him and he still hadn't gotten it. I gotta throw another one just so you can get it.
Yes, because then I get bored.
Can't believe I died because I wasn't paying attention over him. I'm freaking we got this green stuff on the ground, and when you step in it, it kills you.
Like a poison puddle.
In this game, it's called Aether. There's like these Aether crystals, and there's like these Aether monsters.
Are you gonna
And
play?
the Aether crystals are trying to take over the whole place. And so basically, they put these Aether crystals down, and they kind of have like a lightning that comes out of them, and they're all over the place. They're starting to like take over the whole world. And you step in them, they freaking hurt like crazy.
Are you gonna play Path of Exile 2 when that comes out?
Yeah, I'll probably pick up Path of Exile too. I'm gonna at least get 2 a try.
I think you will like the shooter one on it. Like, it literally looks like you're playing, sort of like what you're playing now, but you're playing a shooter game. Where you could use AWSD to like move around while you're shooting, and it moves you and walks as you're shooting and stuff. It looks so cool.
It's not the first time I've seen games like that. I remember,
totally different to Path of Exile.
I remember there was a couple games back in the day that were
like
very
the dungeon crawler sort of things.
Well, it didn't even matter what it was. Like some of them were real-time strategies. Some of them were like army simulators. But then they would like give you the option to kind of like pretend to be one of your soldiers. So you could just like pick a soldier. And you could just be that soldier, and then you were in like first-person mode, and you could run around like attacking people. It was kind of cool.
It definitely looks interesting. What they've done. I watched a few of the videos on it.
This whole area is just like crowded
Green
with the
stuff.
crystal. It's crowded with the green stuff. That's why that guy killed me earlier, because I was freaking I was standing in the green crap. I don't even think he killed me. I think I just died because I was standing in the green crap and I wasn't paying attention.
What's that game that the old D2 devs are making?
They don't have a name for it yet, but the company is called Moonbeast Productions.
Yeah,
It's,
I watched the dev stream on it. It looked really cool.
It looks like what they're trying to do is they're trying to create a base for a game, a really good base,
Like a mod.
and then they're going to give it the Roblox treatment. Roblox has a very interesting game model. It's one that even has caught my attention, even though I don't really play it. It's the whole mod community thing. So basically, like every single game that exists within Roblox is really just a mod of the base game. So their goal is to set up like a really good base game, and then let everybody mod the crap out of the game and make all sorts of different mods.
Yeah, because they said they'd do expansions and stuff, but
and
modding
then-
would be the main thing.
Yeah, and then their monetization model is based on essentially, you know, like profiting off of the companies that make mods. So like if you had like a I don't know, in Roblox there's like Adopt Me, for instance, and Adopt Me is a mod. And a lot of people are into that game, and when you buy like, you know, the currency in that game, which is like Robux, you know, they get a cut.
Yeah.
And then of course the mod maker gets a cut too, because he's the one that they're spending it in his mod, which is what they want.
I thought it did look interesting that they're doing the whole sort of, you know, if you destroy that rock or that tree, and then come back a week later, it's still going to be destroyed. I like that sort of stuff. Like, thought that looked pretty pretty different to a lot of stuff we've played.
It'd be interesting to see how everything goes out. Cody,
Yeah.
get your wet jowls off of me, sir. I said, boo! Thank
So I
you.
come here and let me drool on you. It's Christmas. Let me do it.
I don't want the drool.
It's Christmas drool. Enjoy it.
It is Christmas drool. Cody, get the jowls off. Why do I have to be wet all the time? Literally, like I'm just wet all
That's what
over.
she said.
Arms wet, hands wet, all the way down to the elbows. Back it up a little bit and sit. Sit. Good boy. While I wait for my arms to dry off because I don't got a towel.
Lovely. Could lead to some very interesting map that we set up. I don't know. By the sounds of the stream I watched, that the terrain doesn't reset. Like you can build your own terrain and make rivers and change the way things happen and like destroy terrain to make your own path to different areas. And
well, they did also state that ability to change the terrain, the one that he was doing.
yeah,
He had basically like dev mod on, so he had the ability to do as much as he wanted whenever he wanted. But they did state that normally it would cost materials.
yeah.
And so you would have to farm the materials. I guess similar to the way that you would do in like a Minecraft game. You have to farm the materials in Minecraft. So
But I think that's interesting though, because if you have to work towards something, and then you're like, well, I want to make a special. I want to get up that hill, so I want to make my own pass up it, or I think that's kind of cool. And maybe it'll be like some secretive places that you can like dig to and find. It's like totally different to stuff we play at the moment.
God, I'm gonna
Jesus,
die
why is there
again.
so much green stuff?
I know, I'm gonna die again just because of the green stuff. Like I can't even get out of here without almost dying.
Go
like-
through the house. Go through the house. I think
Alright.
that's the point of the house being there.
Okay, out of here. So let's go check out some of these other areas. There's a lot to explore here. I guess let's check out south.
Yeah, I haven't really been on D4 in a while. I checked out the whole Christmas event thing, and I was like, seriously, you want us to grind for days on end just to get a few cosmetics? I just couldn't be bothered.
The rate at which it would take, the time it would take to get those cosmetics was so long that I think I did like one little 4-hour live stream, and I knew exactly how long it was going to take. And as soon as I realized how long it was going to take, I was like, meh.
Yep, I just gave up.
I got like one or two cosmetics, and I moved on.
I think the only thing that could be worth it is the skill, but it's like if you put it on a night,
you get that in like 10. You get like 10 minutes, like 10 minutes of farming, and you got the skill. So
yeah. But yeah, I wasn't very impressed. Like, I think they should have done it in one of the areas that has a lot of mobs to make it more enjoyable. Like, I watched the stream and he was like, he's a level 100 character, and he was like, this is horrible because I find no items for me, I find nothing. So,
well, the worst part about the event is that it's literally just Helltide 2.0. Like as I was playing it, I was like, this is literally just Helltides 2.0. Like, but I'm not actually doing Helltides, and I'm not getting Forgotten Crystals, and I'm not getting.
They should.
I'm
to
not
make it
getting
fun,
the
they
stuff.
should have put it. Yeah, they should have put it in the Helltide and in the seasonal event area. It should have been in both of them areas.
I mean, putting it in the Helltide or putting it in the Blood Harvest would have been a better option, I think.
Yeah, because the density's better, people would at least have more reason to do it.
Please get us out of here. Sure.
It just felt bad, so yeah, I played for like 20 minutes and I was like, yeah, not gonna bother with this. Quite disappointed.
Well, I was also
Double
disappointed.
Duriel drops was cool.
Yes, the double Duriel drops was much cooler than the frickin' holiday event. I got most of the Uber Uniques. I only missing one. I'm missing the Melted Heart of Saleg now, but
Yeah, I saw that you got the Doombringer finally.
yeah, I want a frickin' blue item. I want the I really want the frickin' the melted heart. I want to do a video on it. So I guess
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to
Some more.
some more Duriel runs and just run a whole bunch of them. See what I can get.
Hey, at least you got a load of stuff because once the season ends, when you're bored in a season, you can just make non-season characters to test with certain Uber uniques and muck about with them and see what you can build around them. It's fun.
Muck about. Can you tell he's British?
But no, I think that's probably the better thing that they did. But yeah. And
Yeah,
it
they
kind
have-
of bugged me that
You
all
could
the
get
cosmetics, none of them were Christmassy.
you
Like, why
could get
didn't they just
stuff
give
from
us a
Do a
Santa hat?
Nightmare. You could get stuff from Do a Nightmare Dungeons and Abattoir of Zero, but it was so little. Like the
Yeah.
amount that you needed to say get anything was way too much. It was way too much. Like you needed like a million cajillion doojanks, and then you did one dungeon and it gave you a little bag and it gave you like 50, and you're like, okay, well that's a drop in the bucket.
See, I would have liked like a bloody Santa hat that's like dripping with blood or something.
I know they
Something
increased it. I haven't taken a look at the amount now that they've increased it, but I can't imagine that the way they have it set up, requiring like 300. I think it's like 300 per proof for like the
Yeah,
crappy
it's bad.
one, and it's like, what is it, like 50 or 100 for the medium one, and then it's like 1 for the big one. But the big one doesn't come very often unless you go run around the event area, so you don't get that from the bag.
And the event area is terrible.
You only get the medium and the other one from the bag, and so it was like you literally get like 50 or 60 from the bag for doing one Nightmare dungeon. It was far better if you wanted to actually try and farm that stuff. It was far better just to go and do the event. But that was kind of like the whole problem is that the event was boring, so you kind of wanted to try a different way to like get the stuff.
Oh,
I don't know. It was silly. I was not impressed with the holiday event for Diablo 4. As you guys can see, I haven't really been on Diablo 4 an awful lot because, well, there's really not a lot left to do. The season's wound down. I mean, if it wasn't for the Uber drop rate being increased, I probably wouldn't be on there either. For that. Diablo 2 has kind of died out as well for this season, so I'm kind of waiting on the next season. So we're going to be playing around with other games until next season. Obviously, we're doing some Grim Dawn, which is fun. I'm having fun with this game, so we'll probably keep going on this one for a while. Chthonic Seal of Binding. Cody, I literally just asked you to stop putting your wet jowls on me, and you came right back over here and re-wet my arm right as soon as it dried. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. Is your arm dry? Let me fix that for you. I'll re-up your wetness. Cody. Cody, why don't you? I have gotten my butt kicked by non-bosses. Cody, if you do a sit and you do a lay down, I will give you a porkum twist, but you gotta lay down. I'm not giving it to you unless you lay down. Don't stare at me like you're gonna get it anyway, because you're not. Lay down. Good boy. Good boys get porkum twists. That's good boys get those. Bad boys don't get porkum twists. Only good boys do. And you know Santa's coming tonight, so you better be the goodest. Santa's coming, and he's not going to give you nothing at all unless you're a goodest boy. So you better be the goodest that you ever goodest. I don't know if you're going to be able to make up for being the baddest all year, but if you're a goodest tonight, maybe he'll think about it. Got to show him you're reformed. You're a reformed bad boy. I kind of got that feeling too, Irene, that there was this kind of odd like player retention attempt, and I'm not really entirely sure why they would go through the process of trying to have player retention. It seems very odd to me, and the reason why it seems very odd to me is that, well, it just, like, you know, Diablo has always been a seasonal game, and it's always been a game that dies eventually, in waves. I mean, you can pull up information on these games from like ages ago. If you pull up, let's see here, Twitch view numbers, Diablo 2 Resurrected. All right, so let's pull up Diablo 2 Resurrected as an example. Twitch statistics. In the Twitch statistics for the game, you can clearly see the season starts and when the season starts to wane, right? So during the season start, you can clearly see that we have 1,904 peak viewers down to a minimum of like 240 during when the season starts to wane off completely. As you can see here, this one was 2,837 peak viewers. And then as the season dipped, like right before the season started, you can see that we were down to 154 average viewers during the season. There's absolutely no problem with Diablo games losing their viewership and losing their player base at the end of a season. It is a normal process. And the season, when the new season starts, the players always come back. So I don't understand why they're trying so hard to retain the player base during what is basically the end of a season. It always works this way. I mean, we can take a look at Diablo 4. Diablo 4 is the same way. Let's just go Diablo 4. So Diablo 4 statistics. So here's Diablo 4 statistics. Do we have enough data to actually work with this, though? I'm not sure. It's been out for a while. But, I mean, you can clearly see here, that's a peak right there. So, June was the launch of the game. That's the peak. And then right there in September, that's toward the end of the season when the peak died. So, peak, and then death. All right, and then it continues that over and over and over again. So you end up with multiple. Why is it only showing me like July to? I guess that is December there. There really hasn't been enough time frame with Diablo 4, unfortunately. Scorpion leg wrap, ravenous earth. Meh. Alvric's Rebuke. Meh. Oh, I got some notes. Let's read some notes. Aveline's notes, page 2. Oh, dang it. Did I just sell the note to the NPC?
See you around.
It's not my intention. Life among the Bloodsworn has required some changes to our little family, mainly that we can only see the children after a day's ritual and chores are finished, which usually lasts late into the evening. Some days I don't see them at all until they're already asleep. My husband is having a difficult time with the prayers. He calls them blasphemous filth. But I remind him that we are doing this for our family's survival. Myself, I cannot help but question the gods who have given us nothing except poverty. But here, under the protection of Chthon, we are safe and fed. The Bloodsworn have given us everything they have promised, and more. All they ask in return is our devotion and a little bit of blood. So I can't help myself when I chant a little louder each morning as I sing my praises to Chthon. The cuts from the ritual knife serve as a gentle reminder that we are still alive and not rotting out in the wilderness. It feels good. By Chthon, it feels good. Wow, okay.
That's creepy.
Hey, she be all up in it. She all up in it.
Yeah, let's cut it open. Oh yes, thank the gods.
Well, the cult of Chthon uses like blood to summon demons.
Yeah, it sounds creepy as hell.
And then they use the demons to, you know, to further their agenda. What do you want, Mr. Captain?
I am told that Lysandra and a couple others have returned safely from captivity.
What's up?
All thanks to you. We thought they were as good as dead after they disappeared in the blood grove.
The cult must be stopped.
I could not agree more. We've been cut off from Fort Icon long enough. When the Legion was forced to abandon the capital, we made Fort Icon our new base of operations. It's an old fortress to the far north, once used to protect the trade routes leading through the Astrakhan Mountains. However, when we began marching south, we encountered immediate opposition from both the cult and the Ethereals. Many of our men were killed, pincered between two opposing armies, and we were forced to retreat towards Homestead. The Ethereals now control the area known as the Conflagration, but the cult of Cthon has taken residence within the Darkvale Gate, effectively cutting us off from our forces to the north.
Okay.
With the cult's front lines battered and their sacrifices freed, I believe it is now time to advance on their main position. Karaz, the Sigil of Cthon, the name has come up several times, including a recent bloody interrogation. We have no idea if he is the head of the entire cult or if he is merely a pawn in someone else's game, but one thing is for certain. He is at the Darkvale Gate. I need you to infiltrate the fortress and take out their leader.
Come see what's left of my wares.
Hey, Cody, guess what?
Put it
Guess
to
what?
good use.
Schmidt.
Santa Claus coming. You better be good.
No.
You better be good. What was it?
Cody. Santa Claus is going to eat all your cookies, Cody.
Santa Claus doesn't like milk bones.
He does.
He's not a milk bone person.
He's going to give it to his reindeer.
Reindeer don't like milk bones either. It gives them gas. They don't want gas.
Gives Cody gas too.
I mean, Cody gets gas all the time, so it's no big deal. Isn't that right, Cody? Farting up a storm. Your butt cheeks are squeaking. Got the squeaking butt. It's not a squeaking butt. So you're a squeaking butt. Yes, I see you got some chocolate there. And you know that chocolate is off limits. That's right. Demon chocolate. Demon. He said, you leave the room, I'm going to eat all that demon chocolate.
Probably would. Don't worry, Irene. We won't mention your squeaky cheeks.
What's wrong with squeaky cheeks?
That skill's not ready.
That is the
First time I've ever been inside of a void. I guess this is where the Cthon demons come from.
like it.
Or Sathon, not Cthon.
You don't kitty cat.
One of my favorite stories, back when I used to work construction, I was mixing up some sandcrete, which is basically like concrete, but it's more meant for you'd use it for the bottom of like a shower pan. There's some specific uses for it that you wouldn't use concrete for. You use sandcrete. It's really heavy because, well, that has a lot of sand in it. As the name suggests. So anyway, I'm mixing up a huge batch of it because we're pouring a shower pan, and I fill up one of those nice Lowe's buckets, like a big I don't know, how many gallons are those Lowe's buckets?
They're pretty big.
How many gallons is a Lowe's bucket?
Oh, Charles, that is rude.
5 gallons. So I filled up a 5-gallon bucket with this sandcrete. Kind of like all the way up to the top. I was bringing it in, and boss comes out, and he's like, "What's taking you so long?" And I'm walking up the steps with this bucket, and it's so heavy I got to hold it with both arms and I kind of have to dangle it in between my legs, like, to carry it properly, because it's just way too heavy. Anyway, every time I walk up a step, a fart squeaks out. And my boss, he walked out right when I was going up the steps, and he was listening to me literally just like every time I took a step.
It's like when people are doing like weight training and stuff and they fart because they're tense to
Boy, it was heavy.
push it so much.
It was really heavy, and that thing, every time I walked up a step, I squeaked out. I got my squeaky cheeks were going.
That skill's not ready.
And he's over there just laughing.
I know you don't dance. I really don't have turkey now. She's got turkey cheeks.
Squeaky cheeks. I gotta take it back too, because Cody doesn't have squeaky cheeks. Not that he doesn't fart all the time. He just doesn't have any butt cheeks. I mean, he doesn't have any butt cheeks, so. Cody, you don't have any butt cheeks. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. You just got a squeaky butt hole. Cody's about to bite my throat out. He said, "You bet shut up." He said, I got teeth, you know. I'm a fang of fangs. Don't get it.
What? Who? $150 million US debt. What?
Did you ever hear about Vigil and Neurosama Vtuber? He accidentally dropped a plushie code in his chat, but this code has no limit. Now he has 150 million US dollars in debt.
I don't know what a plushie is. I don't know.
Probably like maybe his shop, like maybe he had like a free plushie code or something in the shop, but he didn't put a limit on it. So he had like thousands or freaking hundreds of thousands of people maybe watching him at some particular time. Dropped the code in chat and then everybody used it, and so we ended up with like millions of dollars in debt instantaneously.
Ow. You're welcome, Irene. We like your cheeks, it's all good.
Hey Cody, guess what? Butthole. Butt.
This makes me think of Meet the Effers, the little kid.
What is what story, Charles? The story of Squeaky Cheeks? The Squeaky Cheeks story? He's so poor that even Mr. Beast can't help. Honestly, if I was that VTuber, I would be up on the stream asking for donations.
Constantly, yeah. It happens though, mistakes happen and it's like, it's on them.
I mean, I had to be careful not to give out too much of a discount on my store.
Yeah, because you got to make sure you're not losing too much, otherwise you just, yeah.
Well, no, like it's really easy for me to lose money on that store because I'm not responsible for the majority of the product. So the problem is that the shirt isn't mine. I buy the shirt from the company that is making it. I don't actually have like the product in hand. They have to create it, so I'm paying the company to create the product. I make very little profit margin off of that stuff because, well, most of it, if not all of it, is, you know, like me purchasing the stuff from other companies and then repurposing it toward my merchandise, and then there's also shipping and taxes and all the other stuff. So at the end of the day, like say you buy one of those, you know, like Harlequin Crest-Shaco, you know, little beanies, right? It's like what is it, like $24.99? I might make like $5. That's what I'll make off of that. About $5.
So the problem is if you do a discount and it's too much, then
exactly.
you make nothing and you're paying out even more.
Well, if I do a discount that's too much, the entire profit will disappear, and then I literally will be paying.
Yeah.
I will literally be paying, you know, money out to send those to you instead of earning money, even if it's just $1. I'll be paying out like $1 or $2 or $5 or whatever. And I had to actually figure out what was like an appropriate discount that wouldn't end up with me in the hole. And 10% was about the best I could do. So 10% is it actually kills most of my profit, but it doesn't completely kill the profit. So you guys are basically getting them for free as far as I'm concerned. Like, the store is still getting their cut, of course, but I'm basically getting nothing for them during the Christmas season. You guys can you guys get your dojinks. I just wanted you guys to have some Harlequin Croshaco hats.
Can't do that yet.
I'll play a stupid game with you, Irene. Me. We'll play Squeaky Cheeks.
Oh, don't. I don't know if you want to play that game. You might want to get a gas mask.
YouTubers, they've just got to think about what they're doing a bit more sometimes. I think that's the problem. They get into YouTube because they're a gamer and this and that, but they've got no business experience and no... some people don't have common sense and stuff. So it's like, you got to be so careful.
Okay, well, I think I've explored this entire dangerous domain. Is there... Oh no, there's some more up here. Let's go this way. Kill all the Cthon demons, then they have nothing to summon. Next time they open the portal, it'll just be nothing will come out, and they'll be like, "Hey!
Empty bulb. Unlike Cody's butt.
Hey! Oh, Cody took a Dudus earlier.
My cat did one.
I took him out before the stream.
I don't know what my cat's been eating, but... I don't know.
Coffee grounds.
I don't know what it is. She's just had a bit of a rough tummy the last few days. I keep her on dry food because it's
Go
better
gadget
for them.
Squeaky Cheeks. Does your cat have squeaky cheeks?
My cat does actually fart quite often. It's terrible. She will literally lay there and just stare at me and just fart. And I'm like, that's just... Yeah. Cat farts are the worst. Like, seriously, they're worse than dog farts.
That just means she loves you.
It's like death in a fluffy little
That
thing.
just means that she loves you. She's just sharing her death farts with you.
The
Is that
funniest
what you
one, though,
wanted?
funniest bit though, if when I pick her up, give her a hug, she farts. Like, she just can't hold it in. It's funny.
Kill the non-believer! Yeah, you the one that died. That was a very bad encounter for you, sir. Oh, there's a ethereal doojank down there. Needs to go bye-bye. I see it on the map. I'm not sure what this music is that's playing right now. It's Christmas. I picked it from the Christmas list of copyright-free music, but it sounds more like a country song.
No idea, I can't even.
It's like country music, country Christmas music. Got that twang to it.
Twing.
Oh look, it's the blood of a Thom. Fused carapace armor. Acid damage, poison damage, acid damage. Seems to be set up around acid damage. It's got really good defense. Other than that, I mean, I don't know. Could be interesting. Wormclaw. Oh, Wormclaw's got some pet bonuses. It's also level... Oh, it requires a bunch of spirit. I could get that on one level. Crit damage, fire, offensive ability. It's kind of odd, some of these pet items. I was looking at the pet items. Some of the pet items don't seem to be for skeletons. They seem to be for a different class. Like, I think there's some other class character, like a summoner or something. I don't know what it is exactly, and I have to look on the list again, but it definitely seems to be like there's another class that has to do with summoning monsters. Because most of the summon pet items I've been getting are for that class.
They're like a druidy sort of class. Summon hellhounds.
I don't know, it kind of reminds me of, like, the skill names kind of remind me of Hellgate London. There was a character in there that summoned demons and stuff like that. It was like
That'd be cool.
like a demonologist or something, or a cultist, or I can't remember the exact name.
Yeah, I do wish the Necro could summon more stuff like that.
Well, a necromancer's not a demonologist. Stay back, we've got ourselves a taken to burn. A taken to burn? Talk some sense into these maniacs. What's going on here? This is all a huge misunderstanding. Just talk to Nathaniel. There's a reasonable way out of this. I'll see what I can do. The taken's gonna burn real good. Stay
Sounds
away
like a
from
trap.
her. She might possess you. She's one of them taken, possessed by the ethereal to blend in with us normal people. We caught her trying to bewitch a wolf to do her bidding. She needs to burn. That ought to take care of the vile spirit. What's going on here? We caught this trying to cast ethereal magic. Sounds like the witch hunt to me. I wish to speak to the taken first. Here to gloat over Nathaniel's prize. Want to look me in the eye before you light the torch. Well, what are you then? These farmers wouldn't know a taken if it walked in on them fornicating with a goat. Well, damn. Look, I may have dabbled in the arcane here and there. Maybe cursed a few mongrels for getting too touchy, but I am not some ethereal's puppet.
I just hear that correctly.
Why do they think you're a
Fornicating with a
taken?
goat.
That's what NiNi said. These peasants see
Wow.
ethereals and immediately think it's a must be an ethereal's doing. Arcanists have been wielding the aether for centuries, but nowadays you might as well tie your own noose if you're a practitioner of the arcane. Ralia stares at you, her eyes piercing through you. Perhaps because you, of all people, should know better than to accuse people of being a taken. I'm actually a taken. I will talk to them. I can't take that chance. Burn her? Dang. That's rough. Well, what are you waiting for? The taken needs to burn. I'm not convinced that she is a taken. What do you mean? Just look at her. Ethereal, if I ever saw one. We saw her casting wicked ethereal magic. There's no doubt. There's no proof. Ah, I see it now. She's bewitched you with her powers. You're as good as a taken. Boys, it looks like we've got ourselves another one. What? Yeah, okay. You guys are dead,
try to
by the
kill you
way.
now.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
all dead. I hate to admit, for a while there, I thought I was good as a dead. Earlier, you stared at me as if you knew everything about me. A little trick I picked up. You should work on that, blocking your thoughts. Not all mind readers are as benevolent as I am, and nevertheless, you are not a taken either. Though the after effects are on your mind are astonishing. It's as if the ethereal was rearranging your brain. Hard to say. Perhaps you should ask the one that did this to you. Ha. They must have been working through with the cauldron some aether glow and jumped in their crazy conclusions. They were on me before I could even cast a single spell. I may have access to powers beyond most men, but I am no ethereal. Here, take this. It is a paltry grift, but it's the least I can do. A witch's effigy. Rare offhand. 28% damage, 23% damage to pets. That's kind of interesting. Okay, you're free. Congratulations.
I just found that funny. Poor goat.
So interestingly enough, yes, Holy Long Wang, if the music is from the 1950s, or 70s or whatever, like 50 years ago, yes, it doesn't have a copyright on it. But if somebody remakes it, if they basically make a new version of it, they can then copyright the new version, even though the old version is no longer copyrighted. For instance, in my
A remix or whatever.
in my holiday fireworks video that I made, I used Old Lang Syne. We'll be singing that one soon enough. Let old acquaintance be forgotten. That's actually not copyrighted, but there are a lot of versions of it that are made more recently that are copyrighted. So if you find the original version that was made a million years ago, and you play that one, no, they can't do anything to you. It's not copyrighted anymore. But any of the newer versions that are recorded, you know, more recently, those are copyrighted. So you got to be careful about that kind of stuff.
It's very easy to get the wrong one and suddenly you're in trouble.
Oh, what the hell is this? I think I've already been here before. I want to say I've already been here before. I think this is the place where that stupid little guy tried to kill me and laughed at me and said, what was I going to do? And then I murdered him. Yeah. Looks like he's back. Looks like he's back, though. I can kill him again.
Wolf of Sorrows.
I need to go do a quick drop off. Oh, the whole copyright thing is so terrible. It makes me not want to be a YouTuber.
Yep.
It's not even just the copyright, the legitimate copyrights, which I feel like is perfectly fine, like if you have a legitimate copyright. But there's also copyright trolls that have no other purpose other than to steal money. And basically what the copyright trolls do is they will upload songs and things like that they don't hold the copyrights to the recognition network. So there's actually like a network, a recognition network. So if you want to make sure that your stuff is, you know, obviously not getting stolen, you then would upload your song to the recognition network, and then you would, you know, check and see if your stuff is being, you know, played on other people's channels, and then apply the appropriate copyright, you know, doojang.
Yeah.
But the problem is that companies will, you know, nefariously upload that they own something when they in fact do not, or they will do even worse and they will kind of like place somewhere in their song which is not related to the thing, but somewhere in their song will be like a sound effect or something that is very common.
Yeah.
It's like a very common sound effect. And so what they're doing is they're basically cheating and copywriting a whole bunch of stuff that they don't actually own the rights to. And the copyright trolls are freaking terrible. And once they get their teeth into you, unless somebody manages to, you know, fix the issue, they'll get away with it, and they'll take a bunch of your money in the process.
It's the same with like the scammers and that, and you know, sending fake like them when COVID was really bad, and they were sending text to order your COVID thing, and it's just a scam to get your details. It's like the world's just gone savage. Like the things people will do for money, it's so. Ugh.
The Bindings of Bismael.
World today.
No, I mean I use Pretzel, which is a music program which is full of non-copyrighted music, and I still get copyright strikes and things like that for using their music. Then I go through the process of you know, repealing those strikes, and there's still companies that will just push through anyway and just say that they have the rights to whatever it is that I'm doing, and that I don't. So. And they'll reject my appeal process, and so then I just don't get any revenue from that thing ever. And I don't really know how I'm supposed to fix it, and it kind of pisses me off and makes me not want to play music on my channel because...
One way you could get around that is go about that, get someone that makes their own music. And like give him part of the profit. Say, you know, you give him 10% of what your stream, like what your video makes or something.
I think they'd
whatever
laugh.
it is.
I think they'd laugh at me.
No, just like a normal person that just makes music, like a local band.
Most of the time, my streams make next to like no money. I mean, it's not really.
Or maybe like a local band, you could get in touch with them and just say, you know, it's free promotion.
Oh,
of your songs.
And you got to think that it's really frustrating. With the longevity of my streams, you know how long I stream, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like I'll stream like 12 hours. Sometimes I'll stream even more than that. Can you imagine having like a freaking 12-hour live stream? Copyrighted? Well, copyrighted specifically just because
it's
of
12 hours of your time
one like 10-second song. So you get like a 10-second song, right? Or it might, sometimes it might not even be even 10 seconds. Sometimes it might just be 5 seconds or like or sometimes even just 2 or 3, right? And you literally get this 2 or 3 second little clip of a song in your video, your 12-hour content video, and now your 12 hours of content is no longer monetizable. You can't make money off of the 12 hours of content that you have because there's a 3-second clip of some song that you didn't even want in your video.
Can't you edit the video and pull that
Once
song
the
out,
video on YouTube exceeds 4 hours, I believe is what the limit is, you can no longer edit anything.
Wow, that's lame.
So if there is a copyrighted thing anywhere in a video that is longer than 4 hours, the entire video is now no longer monetizable because of that one little tiny clip of a song, which has got to be the dumbest thing in the freaking world.
That's insane
to me.
I
Because
think as a
stupid.
YouTuber, you should be able to edit any of your videos and delete sections of it when and where you feel that you want to.
If it wasn't giant live streams, I guess it would work, but.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, when you're playing video games, like a lot of the times the video games will use copyrighted music, especially in the credits. I've learned to be very wary of credits. I will literally skip the credits almost entirely because the credits will more often than not, like, the entire game could have no copyright music in it, and you'd be fine. And then when you get to the credits will literally ruin the entire monetization of the video. So you can literally do like a whole 8-hour playthrough of a game and then have it ruined at the end when the credits pop up.
That's insane. Absolutely insane what the world's coming to. Like trying to screw over the little guy constantly. It's sad. Someone's just trying to, make a living and do something they enjoy. It's like I watch B is for Build, and he wanted to make his own Shelby-inspired Mustang. And just because he said Shelby, he got sued by them and everything. He had so many issues with it. They took his car off him and everything. Like, they took all of it.
The car industry is very bad. Is very bad. A lot of games that try and make like any kind of car related, like what's that one that I think it's like Gran Turismo or whatever.
Yes, that one's quite bad.
Well, it's like branding. Like every single car has to be represented. They got to have like the they got to contact like every single company and like buy the permissions to use like every single vehicle in the Gran Turismo game. It's actually insane that a game like Gran Turismo even exists, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because of how absolutely insane it is to actually get permissions from all of those companies for all of those vehicles and have them inside of the game. It's nuts.
Now that Shelby lost their case that they don't own the rights to it because it's not actually Shelby anymore, obviously, because he's gone. Now he's making another Shelby-inspired, but it's his own. He's designing it himself, so it's not actually a Shelby GT. It is crazy though how you'd think companies would be like, oh, I like what he's doing. He's representing us.
No, there's a bunch of crazy stuff
crazy.
like that.
Yeah, it's sad. Like
one of the craziest ones.
Be happy.
One of the craziest ones I've heard about is the what is it called? NFL. Like the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. If you say that you're going to host a Super Bowl party, you are in trouble. Like, let's say you're a church. So let's say you're a church and you want to do like a Super Bowl party. So you maybe put it in your church bulletin or something, or maybe you advertise it in the newspaper that you're going to be having a Super Bowl party on such and such day.
Super Bowl,
they will come after you like ravenous werewolves because you put Super Bowl party in your advertisement. You're not allowed to even like say that you have a party and you're going to be showing Super Bowl, like the Super Bowl at the party.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to like reword it all completely to say something else entirely.
It's just terrible. It's sad the way the world's going. You'd think companies would be like, oh, it's giving us more people are hearing about us, we're going to make more money. But instead, they just sue the crap out of the person. And it's sad, you know. You think most companies would want the extra attention?
But this is actually the thing right here. So you have to avoid promotional association. Unless you secure a license from the NFL, you cannot use any advertisement of that nature. For example, you cannot say your go-to beverage for the Super Bowl, or even come here for all your Super Bowl party needs. And this is because NFL trademarked the phrase Super Bowl back in 1969, and the NFL considers any commercial activity that uses the term Super Bowl to be in violation. So you can't even use the term Super Bowl in any kind of advertisements at all, and nothing. Like, you can't even say, like they're saying up here, you can't even say, like, you know, come here for all your Super Bowl needs. You can't even, like, advertise for people to come buy, like, non-Super Bowl related stuff. You're not even watching the Super Bowl. You're just selling a product, like, you know, like chips or something, or dip for a Super Bowl. You can't even advertise that. You can't even have that in the thing unless you have a license from the NFL to use that term.
Insane. What about like a breakfast bowl, but it's supersized and they call it the Super Bowl?
Oh, you in trouble, son.
It's just nuts, though. You'd think companies would be like, it's giving us more, you know, more publicity. But everyone just seems wanting to, you know, wanting to.
Oh, it does. It does give more publicity, and that's the sad thing, is that I think having that out there just immediately adds tons of publicity to the name. They don't see it that way, I guess.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But it's the way the world's going, sadly. Confuses my brain.
I was watching that movie, Dream Scenario, and with the Nicolas Cage, and then at the end of the movie, they finally figure out why Nicolas Cage is able to enter other people's dreams, and it turns out that he's able to enter other people's dreams because of something known as the collective consciousness. And they basically make a machine that can tap into the collective consciousness, and they literally start doing advertisements through dreams.
Oh, Jesus. Can you imagine?
Like, there'll be a person just, like, pop up in your dream and just start advertising, like, a pair of shoes or something. And, of course, it's a dream, so they can just make the shoes pop on your feet.
Yeah, that would be horrible. Because...
And they called them dreamfluencers.
I think I would do something weird, like advertise Halloween stuff. Zombies and stuff coming at you. Great.
Come down to Spirit of Halloween for all your needs. Oh.
Sumo size, hey Irene?
Just sumo size me? Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, the whole movie was rather interesting. Basically, in the movie, Nicolas Cage is just kind of like this everyday, ordinary guy. And I think he's having a midlife crisis. He wants to do something with his life, to be remembered. Like, he talks about a book and a bunch of other things. And I think somewhere, like, deep down in his subconscious, he was reaching out to other people to be recognized. He wanted to be remembered. And somehow he actually had the ability to influence other people's dreams, even if it was outside of his understanding of how he was doing it. And so he was entering other people's dreams and basically just standing there. He wasn't doing anything, he was just standing there. But then other people started to, you know, like, change what he was doing in the dream, because it's a dream. You can change things.
God, you could mess with people so much.
And so they started having nightmares and things about him, and, like, he would do crazy things like rape them and kill them and murder them and all sorts of other crazy things. And so they started to hate him for it, even though he didn't really have any control over any of it. But eventually he managed to get it under control, and then Even though he didn't really even know what he was doing in the first place. I think it was more along the lines of, like, he stopped craving other people's attention, which is another, it's a kind of interesting way to put it. Like, he just kind of stopped being that person who wanted the attention, and once he stopped being that person who wanted the attention, I think it just kind of stopped on its own naturally.
That's bonkers.
One of our
Irene
prominent
has a big
members,
hole.
Malakadar, second only to the Keeper, was recently slain by the Sithonian ambush. His remains are now in the possession of the cultists somewhere out in the Blood Grove. Okay. Never really been a big fan of football.
The auto.
I know that
No,
puts
me
me in a
either.
very odd position. I know there's a lot of people out there that love football, but
It's more like whistle.
I just don't like the very unsportsmanlike behavior that happens during football games.
It's why I like rugby, because it's
I can't.
there's a
open
saying that rugby is a savage's game played by gentlemen. It's like they'll beat the crap out of each other and then they'll help each other up, shake your hand, have a hug. You know, it's so, you know, most of them are doctors and lawyers and stuff like that. It's not actually their main job, it's their hobby. They don't get paid much.
Today marks a critical moment in my life as one of Uraburuk's pupils. Having passed the trials, the only thing that stands between me and the coveted title of Necromancer is performing a reanimation. I've always had the pleasure of seeing our master at work countless times. He is truly a master of the craft, requiring neither reagent nor word to bring the dead back to the living. Uraburuk claims that this is a matter of practice and form, but I am convinced otherwise. His grasp over death supersedes us all, even his oldest students, who, at a whim, may call upon spirits to do their bidding, but even they require binding runes and focusing stones, of which our master makes no use of. The dead Uraburuk brings back don't just serve him, they seem eager to please their master, as if to earn his favor. But now it is my turn to join the elite ranks of the Order. I've studied the scrolls, learned the rites, and burned the words to my memory through exhaustive repetition. I've gathered the grave moss and the dust from the buried bones. I am ready. Tomorrow I would drag a soul back from beyond the veil and death and force it into a skeletal remains. Tomorrow I emerge the sepulture as a full-fledged necromancer.
Okay.
I'm really kind of
Let's see.
interested in this sect. So they made me choose between two groups, and then this group is called the Death's Vigil, but they're run by a necromancer called Uraburuk, and I've learned a lot about Uraburuk. Uraburuk is apparently this necromancer who is immortal. I don't know how he became immortal, but he's immortal. And basically what happened was the monarchy of the original Arkovia found out that he was immortal, captured him at some point or another. I don't know how they managed to capture him, but they did. And tortured him for many, many years to try and find out the secret to his immortality, because they also wanted to be immortal. After years of being tortured, he finally gave up the secret, and they performed the ritual only to find out that it wasn't the correct ritual. And they did gain a measure of immortality, but it wasn't the immortality that they wanted. Instead of becoming immortal like Uraburuk was, which is basically just like the good kind of immortality, they gained an immortality of essentially like normally when you die, your soul leaves your body. Basically, their soul just doesn't leave their body. So even if they die, their soul remains in their body.
They're just stuck.
And their body is now rotting away into nothingness, which is
that's
not the level of immortality that they wanted. But you know, they kind of deserved it for literally torturing Uraburuk for years and years and years to gain the secret. And then finally, of course, when Uraburuk managed to escape, he looks like he formed the Death's Vigil. It'd be interesting to talk to him and see what's going on with him. You know, in this like new world. I mean, he's literally the person who destroyed the entire civilization of Arkovia, so I think it's kind of interesting. I mean, of course, he's still alive. He's immortal, right? So.
Can you imagine that? Staying in your body while it's dying and decaying. That's freaky.
Yeah, and it talked about like what happened to the people after. It said that when their body died, they started to become more, I'm not really quite sure the term. He said instead of being like normal people, they would focus on whatever task was most important to them when they were alive. So they would start to almost obsessively go after whatever it was that they were interested in when they were in life, like the most important thing to them. And so it made them very obsessive and crazy. None of them are dead, though. They're all still alive. They're all still attached to their dead bodies. The souls just won't move on. Sometimes you have to be careful, Charles, not to take anti-fever medicines. There are certain medicines that will bring your fever down. Fever is actually a natural response to illness. It's basically your body trying to kill the illness. I mean, to use more like exact terms, let me bring up a notepad here real quick. So like your normal body has a temperature of say like 98.6, right? Or at least that's the average. And let's say the virus has a maximum temperature that it can survive in of like 100.4 or 100.5. 102.4. So like that's the highest that virus can ever survive. Anything higher than that and it instantly dies. Your body is literally trying to bring your temperature up to the exact degree that it kills the virus without killing you. It's also very important to note that if your temperature gets too high, then you do need to bring your temperature down.
Cold bath.
Trying to remember what the fever, like the highest fever is. I think it's 103. I think if your temperature gets to 103, that's way too high. At that point, you're in like hospital territory. But as long as you're not like above 103, like if you're like 102, I think, or we can say like 101.5 or lower, you're fine. A lot of the times, what I'll do is I'll wrap myself up in blankets because when you can break the fever, you kill the virus. It's a self-defense mechanism for your body. You obviously got to make sure that your fever doesn't go too high, because if your fever goes too high, that can be dangerous. But my general tactic is to wrap myself in a bunch of blankets and go to bed. And when I wake up in the morning, I know my fever's broken because I'll be covered in sweat. Just absolutely covered in sweat. Because I know my body got really hot during the night. It got hot enough that the virus was killed. And then once the virus was killed, the temperature went back down. That's what people mean when they say the fever broke, because the fever broke because the virus was killed. Usually once the fever breaks, the virus is gone.
Body's an amazing thing.
But that's why people do the burrito blanket technique. I mean, I don't know how safe the burrito blanket technique is, disclaimer here.
See, normally I just make sure that my feet and my head are uncovered, because that's what helps regulate your temperature. So, like, once your core's warmed up, you slowly start to cool down.
Well, usually when you're asleep, if you get too hot, you start kicking the blankets off. Like, that's been my experience. Anyway.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Your body is pretty good at kind of like regulating, like what's going on. And if you're really hot, you'll wake up with no blankets. So you just do the burrito technique. You go to sleep with the burrito, and then when you wake up, a lot of the times you'll be nice and over your fever. You feel a lot better once your fever breaks too. Yes, burrito blanket.
A gingerito.
I wonder if there's a thing on the internet about it.
You should copyright that, Ginger. A gingerito. It's a ginger burrito. Really, Charles? My oh my. Irene, what have you been teaching Charles? check on the slow cooking pork. Get some juice. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Well, they're saying 102 to 102 degrees Fahrenheit is cause to go to the doctor. I don't remember exactly what the maximum temperature is. I just know that you definitely don't want to go too high. Because just like the virus, and this is important, just like the virus, you also have a limit. You can't go higher than a certain temperature either. So you don't want to exceed your maximum temperature while you're trying to kill the virus. Because that would be bad. Bud. That would be bud. Man, there's so much freaking area to explore here. I guess let's go north. American pie or American burrito? Sorrow's a bastion. Why is it so sorrowful here? Have I already been in here? I feel like I may have already been in here.
That skill's not ready. Locked.
Here, oh no, that's right. I know this place. That's the other faction that I could have sided with. That I didn't, because they suck.
Can't do that yet.
Ho ho ho. Ho 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 ho. Ho 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 ho.
I can't do that yet.
Merry Christmas, Astral Claw. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the party. Welcome, welcome, welcome. That's right, Christmas hype. Alright, I don't know where the hell I'm going at this point. Is that an area over there, or is that a dead end? It looks like a dead end to me, but... I guess we can go up that way anyway. Okay. Who's this guy up here? Just a random guy to talk to. What's up, buddy? I suggest you turn back, traveler. Oh yeah, I remember him. I don't know why he's standing there telling me to turn back. Doesn't he know this is an ARPG? Ooh, a chthonic seal of binding. I like those. They help bind monsters. Why is there all these blockades all over the place in here? Alright, I'm trying to make sure I don't hit all these blockades. It's like 10,000 blockades all over the place. All over. There's a big old star on the map. What's that?
That skill's not ready.
The remains of Malkadar. Okay. I got the remains back. You know, I greatly admire games that let you complete quests before you actually get to the guy. And sometimes it lets me do that in this game, but sometimes it doesn't, which is a little upsetting. Like, I totally have always been for that kind of thing where, like, you could go into a dungeon, complete the whole dungeon, get the sacred artifact or whatever, and then walk out and not even know what the artifact is for, and then later on find the guy who wants the artifact. And then he's like, I need you to go into such and such tomb and get me the artifact. And you're like, you mean this one? You're like, oh, Dad, you have the ancient relic of the Hubada. And you're like, well, yeah, I found it like 4 or 5 hours ago. Like, stole it from this evil wizard guy. I mean, he was kind of a jerk. He talked smack a lot. I can't believe that you have this in your possession.
Can't do that yet.
Absolutely love that kind of stuff. Be like, yep, that's, yep, got it, yep, that's right. I am amazing. I am amazing, that is correct. You can do that in Skyrim. It's pretty funny in Skyrim. If you go into the temple first and you get the dragon thing, there's a whole unique dialogue with the guy who once sent you to go get it. He's like, I need you to go into the temple and get the dragon tablets. And you're like, this dragon tablet? He's like, holy crap. He's like, you already have it? I was like, yeah, you know, I got a couple of them in the back.
Can't do that yet.
But like, what? Do you want the dragon tablet or not? Do you want it or no?
Hello, my kitty cat.
You and your kitty cat.
Oh, come here, give me a cuddle.
I mean, it's nothing to do with it being easy or hard. It's just, I like when they don't require you to activate the quest to do the quest. Like, I've always enjoyed being able to, you know, complete a quest without actually having to activate the quest. And then later on, when you find that person, you know, you can, like, you can just straight up be like, oh, yeah, I already, you want me to kill the evil monster of Mechlador? Like, yeah, he's dead. Like, I killed him, like, 5 hours ago. Yeah, he's dead. Here's his ear. They're like, oh, man, can't believe it.
I like when things just count. You don't actually have to, you know, talk to the guy to get the quest and then go back.
Exactly.
Like, backtrack.
Trevor's note. For weeks I have been getting the feeling that something bad is coming, like a knot in the pit of my stomach that won't go away. And each day it gets a bit worse. I have also noticed some travelers from the capital of Arulin head south with all their worldly possessions. I asked a few for news from the north, but nobody could give me a clear answer. Just an unshakable feeling that something awful was about to happen. How is it that we all share the same dread? No shipment from the capital again. Last week we didn't get out the latest deliveries, and now again, no shipment coming from them. Means no shipment going out. How am I supposed to run a store if I don't have supplies to sell? Local goods are fine, but I rely on being able to sell things people can't get straight from their neighbors. I am hearing hushed conversations in the streets, and customers told me she saw some cloaked figures rolling a barrel down the lake, and now the town drunk is missing. More likely than not, he finally tripped and tumbled over the ravine. But still, there is a strange chill in the air, and everyone seems to be on edge. I'm starting to think that packing up shop and heading south may be the best thing to do. Trevor Mills. The Call of Blood. My whole life I've reveled in the spilling of blood. For years I have been driven to hunt in the shadows, lurking and hunting alone. But I am no longer alone no longer. At long last I have found what has called to me. Sathan has whispered to me, and the grim dawn has released my shackles. Now I take my pleasure and collect the blood from my lord. It fills my heart and warms my soul to watch the last drops of blood flow. The old world was not understanding of my need, but now a new power has risen, and Cathan has called on me, and those who do not answer the call will be my prey. Well, dang, alright. Frickin' rude. Sounds like she was a psychopath, or he was a psychopath. Before the falling of the world.
That skill's not ready.
Apparently people are following the Sathan religion simply because the Sathan religion has, like, I don't know, feeding them. They're actually feeding them and keeping them safe from danger. I guess it kind of makes sense, but there's got to be another way. There's got to be another way.
Have you tried any other classes on Grim Dawn yet?
No. Just this one. Well, I mean, technically I've also tried Soldier, so Soldier and Necromancer at the moment. So that you can try 2 at a time.
What other classes are there?
Tons. Tons. More than I can even count. And also mixing them together equals changing your type. So like when you combine 2 classes together, you become something else. So you can combine, you know, like the Necromancer and the Soldier make the Dark Knight, but if you combine the Necromancer with something else, you could make like a Dark Sorcerer. Or like there's tons of combinations. We've been on the run for what feels like weeks now. The ethereals are always on our heels, spreading like wildfire across the countryside. The children are starving. The few bites of food we manage to scavenge off the go on the go aren't enough for all 4 of us. I'm not sure how much more of this we can take. Word on the road is that the cult of Sathan is accepting members, that they have food and shelter for all. See, that's what I mean. I've always pictured them here as heretical lunatics howling at the moons as they bathe in blood, which they are. But the promises of safety may be too much to pass on. Thalon cringes at the thought of being seen among the blood-sworn, but we agree that it may be necessary evil in order to survive. Our children deserve to eat. Yeah, so people are going to the Sathan religion literally just because they have food and they have safety, so...
Makes sense.
Not really sure where they're getting the food from, but...
They're chopping up demons.
Or maybe they're chopping up people. I don't know. Maybe there's tasty peoples.
Roasted people.
I mean, you know... Nom nom nom. Yeah, there's more classes than I can rightly even explain. I could name them all even if I wanted.
It's on offer on Steam at the moment as well. I think it's like $20 for that and the expansion.
Oh yeah.
Both expansions.
I mean, honestly, for $20, you'll play through it even at least one time. People have said that this game... So, a lot of games are based on, like, procedural generation and, like, you know, trying to give you infinite replayability. This one doesn't seem to have procedural generation. It's handcrafted. The whole thing is handcrafted. So it makes for a very, very good single playthrough. Not so good on the multiple playthroughs, because then you know where everything is, and you know it's all been revealed to you at that point. But I've actually heard from a couple people that literally this game has the best single playthrough out of any ARPG. That literally your first time playing through, you'll have a lot of fun. And it's even better than like Diablo 2 on a single playthrough. It's not better than Diablo 2 on multiple playthroughs, but it's better than Diablo 2 on that initial single playthrough.
That was pretty good, though.
Apparently a lot of the class choices are pretty interesting too. I've been playing around with the abilities. I like the skeletons on the Necromancer. That's been fun so far.
You've always liked skeletons on the Necromancer.
Well, I mean, thing is though, is not all games do the minions properly. This one they seem really strong.
Yeah, there's a lot of games that get it very wrong.
Athalan's note, page 3. All begins and ends with Cthon. I can see that now. My family's suffering, the poverty we've endured. These are all symptoms in our separation from Sathan. The Bloodsworn have shown me the way to salvation. I have prayed long and hard at the altar, poured my lifeblood onto the stones until the answers came to me. The only way my family can truly be safe is to be reunited with Sathan. I have made the necessary arrangements. The sacrifice will proceed at dawn. Well, dang, alright. That went freaking 0 to 100 real quick. First it was, let's go to Sathan and save our family, and now it's, let's sacrifice our family on the altar. Oh, great.
Wow.
Okay, I think we did a complete 0 to 100 there. There was some other diary in here I wanted to get. There was a bunch of them. The chest is locked with heavy chains. This will take 1 dynamite to break it open? Yeah, break it open. What's in there? A blueprint for a relic. Relic of Torment. A memento of the Arcovian steppes of torment, filled with the agony of its innumerable victims. Okay, well, I learned the rest again. Zarya's Journal, page 1. Everything is proceeding as the Bloodlord has intended. My year-long employment at the town's apothecary has earned me the people's trust, and I am now in a perfect position to spread our cause. And for those who refuse to listen to reason, who refuse to embrace the truth that is Sathan, my position as healer has made it all an easy thing to take life without arousing suspicion. A little bit of powder from the Asketarn Nightshade root mixed with a prescription will put anyone to sleep for hours. After that, it's a simple matter of retrieving the dissenter and perform the required observances with each person we return to Sathan. I carve his sigil in their flesh. For me, it's the most important step in the early stages of the draining ritual. The blood drains quickly from the slit across the carotid artery and drains into the specially prepared oak casks that the carpenter, another blessed by the Bloodlord with the tasks, prepares for me, not as nice as the glass vessels that we have been preparing, but much easier to hide suspicion. The body is stored in the second barrel, weighed down with stones, and then sunk to the bottom of the lake. Nearly every death over the last year has added to our tribute with no suspicion of falling upon us. But now, with the servants of the false god arriving at the capital and spreading havoc across the empire, our time has finally arrived to reveal ourselves from the shadows and usher humanity into the end times. All shall receive the gift of reunification. Zarya, Apothecary of Darkvale. Okay, so they were just like straight up murdering people. That's nice to know.
Oh, these lot are on about horses inside people.
I mean, it was just straight up murdering people. They don't care.
Irene doesn't want me to eat her. I was thinking, Irene burger would be really nice.
Slice her up and eat her, and yeah, you'd make a good number burger. I mean, we could have a nice little party. We'll call it the Irene party, and then
the Irene Bowl party.
Yeah, the Irene Bowl party, and we'll have Irene burgers. Sounds nice. Sounds nice.
Maybe nice and warm.
Get some little Lowry seasoned salt on there.
Australia is lovely, so
Gotta have the Lowrys.
Why are you meowing at the door? What do you want?
His condition was stable, Charles? Oh man, that's good to know. I'm glad his condition was stable.
Can't remember what show I was watching, but there was a guy that turned up and he had like 50 doll heads inside his rectum.
It's terrible.
Whatever.
It's terrible. Peacekeeper's Chambers Journal. I like the journals. Our little town is surrounded by forts and soldiers and the Imperium, and yet I have never felt more alone or vulnerable. Each day I see more and more soldiers leaving Fort Heron to head north, while the road through Darkvale is never-ending stream of refugees heading south. Those fleeing the capital tell horrific tales of people gone crazy, of robbing, looting, and madness that consumes the head of our nation. One story even describes a mob running down a woman in the street and devouring her alive. Sounds like a horror story, but I am assured that it's the whole truth. With so many new faces in town, my deputies are tasked with holding the town together. Fighting over scarce goods has become a daily ritual. We have had several murders here in the last 2 weeks. Concept one entirely strange to our little village. 3 more people have vanished over the last week. At first, we didn't pay it much heed with the coming and going of folk on the account of the refugee situation, but with these 3, it now makes a total of 6 that has gone missing since Thorn, with not a soul aware of where they've gone to. Whatever is stirring in the capital must be making its way here as well, some unseen dread that you can't quite pinpoint. But you can see it in the faces of those traveling south. Desperation, fear, it's all around us now. and it has taken root in Darkvale. The mayor has expressed similar concerns, particularly around a strange new religion that's been attracting followers recently. Could they be behind the recent disappearances? Yeah, yeah, they actually are. Yeah. Draining blood. Blood draining. They like blood. That's their favorite thing is blood. They want all your blood. They said, give me the blood.
Sanity.
Blood, give me the blood. Blood, give me the blood. Hey, Kubus, you want some Irene trimmings? You want the stuff that doesn't make it into the burgers? We can give you some Irene eyeballs and Irene toes. You want some Irene toes?
Some Irene butt cheeks.
I mean, we can't really turn everything into burgers. So you can have the bones too. You want some bones to gnaw on, Cody? He likes gnawing on bones. The bathhouse. The process of collecting blood was slow. It was driving me crazy, so I set up a 2-tank system and then rigged the public bathhouse, pumping with a drain switch. Now we can drain the water from the tubs back into the water tank, but when I flip the switch, the drain will go in the second tank where the blood can then be stored. However, the pulley system with hooks was the crowning accomplishment. It hides out of sight when not in use, but when we are ready for sacrifices. Zarya has provided me with a nightshade root to dissolve with the bath salts combined with the hot water should lull our guests to sleep. Then we drain the water, perform the rites, flip the switch, and collect the offerings without spilling a single drop. It took some effort, but I'm proud of what I have set up. It is the first step to mass collections and will speed up the process. I cannot wait to tell the others. God dang, they all up in this place just murdering people and stealing blood. Dude, they got like a whole blood collection tank up in this jank.
Oh, wow. Damn. That's messed up.
I mean, Cody Kubis doesn't care. I mean, he's gonna eat whatever, you know. Him's a dog. Him's a dog. What's going on here? Y'all can't just be hanging people up like that. What's up, Zarya the Carver? I'm afraid you. Oh God, she got me. I was about to talk smack. She freaking killed me, a little troll.
See what's left of my wares.
Terrible.
So this one's for the Oath Keeper. Chest Guard of Perdition. No, it doesn't really seem that great.
Put it to good use.
I'm gonna get my butt kicked by this lady again.
Can't do that yet.
Hey,
I'm pretty
you
sure
like
she
your
stole all my
cheeks
blood.
getting clapped?
She stole all my blood. That's what she did. Blood thief.
New gingers tasted good.
I don't much appreciate it.
Just let your skeletons do all the work.
Oh man, my last portal's like 1,000,000 miles away. I don't even know where the hell I was. It was like way up north. Yeah, this way. This way for sure.
Yeah. That skill's not ready.
Okay. Yeah, just gonna go like all the way back up north. Gosh dang it.
Yeah, get them little legs running. That's where you need your enigma.
Their goal is blood. I'm trying to figure out why they're killing people. I mean,
Yeah,
let's
you
use.
you just keep them alive and keep them on a drip, so that
Let's
you
let's
can
use horseshoe
keep blood
crabs.
coming.
Let's use horseshoe crabs as an example. Horseshoe crabs have a special blood with a copper base instead of iron, and they're actually used for a lot of medical services. Like you basically we need horseshoe crab blood to actually perform a lot of medical things. I can't remember the exact. I think it's like pathogen or revealing pathogens within the blood or something like that. I can't remember the exact specifics. But they don't just like bleed the horseshoe crabs dry and then murder them and throw them into like a pile in the back. No, they like very carefully like bleed them only the right amount and then feed them food to like recuperate them, and then they put them back in the wild for a little while with like a tag on them to make sure that they don't bleed them again like too quickly. Like they're very smart about it, and they try and keep the horseshoe crab population strong, right? Like, I mean, if these people really want blood that badly and they want large amounts of it, you would think they would be better off, you know, doing like a vampire thing. You remember that? What was that one movie? Blade, where they had all the people like, you know, like on the machines, and they were pumping like the nutrients into them, and then like,
and you just keep them alive.
and they were keeping them alive and using them as blood pigs or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you'd get constant blood instead of.
Well, I almost killed her before she killed me. She's got like 1% HP. Punk. She dropped me a journal page. I like those. And a recipe. Zarya's journal, page 2. I've been informed by messengers of the Blood Lord that the preparations for the resurrection of the necropolis have been begun. Our time to seize the town is now. The sheriff and his peacekeepers will be dealt with first. With them gone, the remaining civilians will fall in line with our doctrines or be harvested for the ritual. I have already dispatched my loyal bloodsworn to the barricade, the Darkvale gates, trapping the refugees inside. They will all fuel the ritual in due time. Once news of this reaches the Black Legion, we will have to be prepared for a counter-assault. I will personally see to converting the frightened and misguided who remain in the Darkvale. If they will not join our cause, then they can dance at the end of the rope and be drained as encouragement to those who have yet to choose. They must all learn there is no place safer than under the guidance of the Bloodlord. They must come to understand that there is no peace to be found in the lands to the south. Only in the warm embrace of Sathan will we truly be where we belong. Zarya the Carver. Wow, okay. Only in the warm embrace of Sathan. How is it? It must be really warm because he's got all of our blood. And we're pretty chilly without blood.
It's very slippery. Well, yeah.
Where am I at now? So Will of the Crypt infuses my minions with vitality damage. Elemental damage. Increases their armor. So how you guys liking the Christmas music? You want a He-Man toy? We're the masters of the universe. You should watch the old He-Man movie with Courtney Cox. That one's great. I like that one.
Rest none.
Oh, you poor blood swine. You guys can all die. You got time. We were just following orders. Blood for Sathan. I try to console them. I tell them everything will be alright. Their eyes go wide with fear as I find the spot between the ribs and push the blade in. They always cry, and it makes me a little sad. They do not yet understand. I watch the blood as it flows down their naked legs and into the large basin I have placed below their suspended form. Sathan calls for every drop. To ensure I get it all, I begin by making shallow cuts. First the legs, then the torso, and lastly the arms. Slowly their struggle rescinds as they accept their fate, and at last they find understanding. No, their struggles rescinds because they no longer have blood, and without blood you can't struggle. The blood is not theirs. They are only holding it for another, and now it must be returned to Sathan, to whom it rightly belongs. At last their fear is peeled away, and they are happy to give blood freely. Devoted servant of Sathan, Belor Hind. I don't think they're happy to give anything, Belor.
It's creepy.
Yeah, she sounds creepy. Or he sounds creepy. I think it's a girl. Everybody knows girls are the most evil.
That is true. Just look at Irene.
Mm-hmm, that's right.
She's gonna kill us one day.
Well, maybe you.
Yeah, true. It'll be worth it.
Maybe you. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, I watched the Baldur's Gate Christmas thing. That was funny.
Yes, that was pretty good. I like that.
Poor Xbox shocked him. Giggle.
What's up, 2 Diesel? Merry Christmas to you too, my friend. Kill the non-believer.
Rinsing dishes. Irene, you have a child. That's why people have children. To make the children do dishes. Come on. You're doing it all wrong.
Yeah. What's the rule of acquisition about exploiting your family?
What? Kids get fed for free and everything? It's like, well, make them do chores. It teaches them how to work for stuff.
Dreadguard. Oh wow, bonus to pets. That's nice. I like bonuses to pets.
We need to find a game like this that has evil little chinchillas that go and kill everything.
It's got +1 all skills necromancer.
That's
38%
terrible, Irene.
damage to node pets. 4% offensive ability. Reduced stun duration. Let's take a look over here.
What's the item ranking? And then blue, green.
What's the
Yellow
item ranking? Yellow seems to be equivalent to blue. Green seems to be equivalent to yellow. And blue seems to be equivalent to set, I guess. Set / unique, sort of. There also seems to be a purple, which is apparently like epic or something. I don't have very many epic items. I don't know what that is. Maybe like
Yeah, let's try
rare uniques.
Let's try to figure it out. I'm like, why is he wearing all blue stuff? Kind of confused my brain for a minute.
Not ready.
Well, I mean, the scaling, the colors may be different, but the scaling is pretty much the same. Like once you start to figure it out, it doesn't take a genius for that one. Maybe takes a meow, but it doesn't take a genius.
You know, I can't help it. I'm a confused cat, I say.
See anything you like?
+2 to raise skeletons, rare metal. I already have a +2 to raise skeletons. Your +2 to raise skeletons isn't good as my +2 to raise skeletons. So, huh. Or is it? Actually, I think it is. Well, it's so close. It's like not even worth looking at. I'm comparing two turds.
Two turds.
Yeah, you don't compare two turds.
No, I normally just flush them.
Yeah, that's right. I tell people that all the time, like, don't spend time comparing two turds.
No, it's a waste of time. Just flush them. Get rid.
Iron well spent.
Sure, Irene.
I'm still relatively new with this game. I'm a baby. I'm a little baby. Okay. You know, I gotta admit, the Bloodsworn have a pretty large complex here. They got,
But there's not a lot of blood anywhere. Kind of confusing.
oh, there's little piles, puddles of blood everywhere. What are you talking about? You haven't been paying attention.
What,
That
you
right
think
there,
they would
look.
drink it?
See this right here? Look. Look. They're all over the place like this. People hanging from hooks. And then a big pile of blood underneath them. They don't waste. They're not wasteful. They collect the blood and use it in sacrifices.
Oh wow, look at that. Hey look, there's Irene.
Yeah, they collected Irene's blood.
Wanted a bit of that Aussie blood. See if it'll warm them up.
Aussie, oi, oi.
Yep. Oh, it's crazy, Irene. Just you get the same here where you get kids stealing and stuff, and it's like you just want to slap them around the bloody head.
Yeah, home invasions don't happen in the United States because people in the United States have something called guns. And if you invade somebody's house, there's a very good chance you're going to get shot.
See here, it's rubbish because if someone breaks into my house and I beat them to a pulp, it's me that goes to jail, not them.
I mean, some places have a there's a couple laws involved and stuff like that. Like
I could defend myself.
Like one of them is, could you reasonably have escaped? Like that's apparently like a whole thing in some places. It's like if you could have like escaped, then you are obligated to try essentially. But if you're in a situation where you can't escape, like if they've got you stuck in a room with no window or something like that, you can't jump out, or you're like on the third floor, you die. Like you're pretty much you're allowed to do whatever, because in that situation you don't have a choice.
I just think it's ridiculous they expect you to run away and let all your stuff get stolen. It's like, no, I'm going to stand here and kick the crap out of them and make sure that they don't take my stuff. Maybe teach them a lesson. I just think, you know, I've worked hard for that stuff. Why should someone just come steal it? I should be able to defend what I own. The world's just stupid.
I don't know. The way I see it is, it's the same as if I drop my wallet on the ground in the middle of a mall. If I drop my wallet on the ground in the middle of a mall, how long do you think my wallet would sit there before somebody would snatch it up, take it, steal all the money out of it, and anything else that's valuable, and throw the thing in a trash can somewhere?
True, but
if it's sitting there in the open, undefended, there's a very good chance somebody is going to take it. And it has to do with the fact that it's not necessarily that everyone is inherently evil. It's that when you put something in front of somebody, which is a temptation, and you basically have no barrier to that temptation. This is an issue because now you've put somebody in a very awkward position, a very tempting position, because you've given them a very easy way to, you know, say, for instance, in this particular case, enhance their wallet a little bit by taking your money, which they have absolutely no risk involved, right? There's no risk for them to take your money because you've made it too easy. And that's kind of what I think what goes on with the whole, like, I noticed that in a lot of countries where they take away guns, the home invasions and things like that just never occur over here really started occurring over where you guys are more often because, well, you basically just removed any barrier. Like they don't have to worry about potentially getting killed when they break into your house and steal everything you own. You know, at worst, like, you beat them with a baseball bat or something because they know you don't have any kind of real way to defend yourself. I mean, maybe there's illegal weapons, but I mean, at the same time, it's like you remove that barrier to entry. If you make things easy enough, then you're going to have people taking advantage of that ease of access. I've always been a big proponent for barrier to entry, and it's in all forms of everything. Everything should have some kind of barrier to entry, in my opinion. When you take a game and you turn it into a free-to-play game, it's very obvious that taking away that barrier to entry is usually a very negative thing on the entire process, because now everybody can come in whenever they want to. You get more people cheating. You get more people, you know, exploiting the crap out of the game. You know, people are less likely to be civil and, you know, like agreeable individuals because, well, you know, if they get banned, well, who cares? Because, well, you know, there's no barrier to entry. So if they get banned, they can just make another account and come right back in. Barrier to entry is a very simple thing. It doesn't require anyone's life getting threatened. It's just making it very clear that, you know, there's repercussions to your actions that are very real and very instantaneous. And that barrier to entry prevents things from happening. Whether it's stealing, whether it's, you know, raping a child, whether it's beating up an elderly person, whatever it may be, you know, that barrier to entry will make someone think twice before they go through the process of doing something stupid.
Yeah.
But if you take away the barrier to entry entirely, well, that's when things get really strange and stupid.
Sports equipment and heavy doorstops. As a man, I have a hammer and loads of knives and swords.
Locks
Weird
actually
stuff.
don't work. Lockpick and Lawyer will show you that. If you go watch Lockpick and Lawyer, he'll show you
God,
that
yeah.
locks are basically useless. I mean, any criminal with a moderate background in lockpicking can get through most locks with ease, and on top of that, a lot of locks actually have known flaws in them that can be exploited, and you can literally open them with not even picking them. There's no, like, it's called, Lockpicking Lawyer calls it a zero skill entry, where literally you don't even need to have any skill whatsoever. All you need to have is the correct tool. A lot of them, and the funny thing is he talks about the correct tool, and a lot of the correct tools are literally just like things that you can find within your house, like a paper clip or something, and you can literally open up the lock with a paper clip.
Crazy.
What you actually want, if you want to, you know, like defend your house, even though windows and things like that are more difficult, is barricades are more, like when you're inside the house, you probably want a barricade. You can buy them off the internet. They're pretty easy, cheap. They're not even that expensive. I bet you could pick one up for next to nothing on Amazon. Let's take a look.
I'm gonna buy a barricade and put Irene in it.
Yeah, there you go, right here. So this is the kind I'm talking about. It's really simple. It's a $34.99. You literally just put it underneath of the door handle, and you can't pick this. You can bash the door in. You know, there's ways that you can potentially like still open the door like through physical force, but
Yeah.
like something just as simple as this that only costs like $34, and that's a 2-pack, by the way. The 1-pack is probably much cheaper, $23. But you can get a 2-pack and you can basically block off the doors this way. There's other ways that you can do it too. Like there's other ones. There's stuff that you can get for the windows. I think this one works on the windows too. Yes, this one works on windows too. You can put it on windows to prevent the windows from being open. Now, granted, they can always break the glass and things like that. And if you have an overtly, you know, obvious security flaws within your house, it's a little bit more difficult. But when you have things like this, there's no picking that. You can't pick that. That's on the inside of the house. Somebody has to actually remove that from the door handle before they can get in.
See, most English windows
Dogs-
now have locks inside. So
Dogs are also
there's no way to get in.
a good thing. Dogs are scary for some people. I mean, depending on how big they are and how mean they are, they can prevent someone from breaking into your house too.
Just get yourself an Irene. That's all you need.
I don't know. We've played plenty of video games, all of us. I think we're all well aware that, you know, like, the whole, like, temptation thing. You know, some people maybe not even really just all that bad, but they might just, you know, see an easy opportunity and take advantage of it. Yeah, you're dead. My minions didn't even break a sweat with you.
Irene just needs to let the cheeks squeak.
Nah, you gotta get some.
They'll definitely run.
You don't want squeaky cheeks. No, sir. That's good.
Irene's squeaky cheeks would make any robber run.
No squeaky cheek. No squeaky cheek. Final sermon, the end of times. The bloodsworn supplicants of Sathan. It is with great purpose that we have gathered here today for what will be my final sermon to you. You have devoted yourselves completely, forsaking all the past relations, earthly possessions, and free will. You have proven that you are finally ready to become part of the greater whole, to receive the glorious gift of reunification. I must remain behind with the others to finish our great work, yet even as you depart your lives, you will advance this broken world one step closer to the end time. The time when the dismal, suffering world will become reunited with Sathan, making the oldest of the old whole again and righting the great wrong perpetrated millennia ago by the false gods. These upstart gods who manipulated our course of our existence set themselves to be the objects of worship and will have lived off of our blood and toil for ages. The end time will also bring doom to the wayward ethereals, past agents of the false god, who were betrayed and then cast into the formless aether once their purpose had been served. They have hindered us, slaughtered our brethren, and tried to claim dominance over this world, yet we must also thank them, for it is the ethereals who have unwittingly made possible our ascension by destroying the Empire and its Inquisition. No longer does the Inquisition hunt us, suppress our truths, or deny us access to our sacred places. Unshackled from the structures of the Empire, people have awakened from the false stream of civilization, and our ranks have swelled. Not knowing the history of our world, the ethereals are ignorant of the doom that we will awaken. They cannot surmise our endgame, and once they realize what they have set in motion, it will be too late for them to stop us. Our most devoted brethren march with the legions of the void of Necropolis. They only need to prevent our enemies from breaching our final line, for even as they attack our forces, the blood they spill will feed our resurrection ritual. Oh, great. Where once we suffered our greatest defeat, our ultimate triumph shall be reborn, and the Loghorian, forerunner of the end time, will carry the 1,000 screaming voices of Sathan into the world and usher in a new age. Well, you're dead, so you can fuel the pyre. How about that? The Mask of Delirium.
Tell that to my bank account. That's because of all them batteries you keep buying, Irene.
I'm scared to ask. Unleash the spirit of madness from within the mask. I'm scared. Y'all scared me. Y'all scary.
I just like to wind Irene up. I can't wait for the day she actually joins Discord and gets on voice. It's going to be so funny.
Why, we're just going to hear an Australian accent.
I just think she's fun. She's down to earth and easy to have a laugh with. You don't get that very often. People get offended way too quickly nowadays. So it's nice just, you know. At least your kid has a hobby like that. You know, I think that's a great thing. A lot of kids nowadays aren't interested in that sort of stuff. So the fact that your kid does enjoy guitars and stuff, I'd say, hey, that's amazing.
Sounds expensive.
Oh yeah, definitely. But still an amazing thing, because most kids nowadays, you know, they're more interested in their phone. So it's, you know, it's nice to see.
Vigorous. Where the hell am I? And what is going on here?
Well, I was brought up in the 90s. I was born on 1989. So.
He's a youngin'. Meow's a youngin'.
Don't feel it.
Not ready.
Yeah.
He's a young. But according to him, he's ancient. So if you let Meow tell the story, he's ancient and crumbling into dust at this point.
I make Gandalf look like a baby.
Even though Gandalf is eons and eons old.
We need to get you on Discord, Irene. Need to join Junior's Discord. No, 89, not 99, Paul. just walking dust pile. A grey dust pile. Oh, God.
No, he can't be a dust pile. He drinks too much coffee.
Yeah, I'd be too moist. I'd be a soggy pile of coffee. I actually only had one cup today. Doing good.
Who's judging you? Nobody's judging you.
My cat judges me.
Cat judges you based on the coffee that you drink?
I think so, because every time I go and make a coffee, she follows me and stares at me while I make it.
Maybe she just wants some.
She doesn't like it. I've tried it before.
It doesn't matter. Haven't you ever heard of being polite? Cats like it when you offer them whatever it is that you're drinking or eating, even if you have no intention of actually giving it to them.
True.
And even if they have no intention of actually eating it, you still have to offer. And then they snub their nose at you. They like to do that. They like to snub their nose at you. They sniff whatever it is that you're drinking, and you offer it to them, and they go, and then they go, pew, and then they feel dignified in their self-satisfaction.
That skill's not ready.
The funny thing is they'll forget that they don't like whatever it is that you have in your hand after you offer it to them the first time. And then they'll ask to have it offered to them again, only to snub it a second time.
Oh,
They're like, no, wait, what are you drinking again? Can I have some of that? Like, you already sniffed it. You said you didn't want it the first. No, let me try it again. Maybe I was too hasty in my judgment. And then they sniff it the second time, and they're like, holy crap, that's disgusting. How do you drink
The best thing
that?
with cats is if they don't like something, they'll literally make a puking sort of like a. They literally do that, and it's so funny.
Yes.
Because dogs don't, they just turn their nose up at it, but cats are so. Yeah.
Trip South Part 1. What do we got going now? The notebook is caked in dried blood and mud, and many pages appear to have been deliberately torn out. Day 3. John holds Sylvie with one arm as he drives the wagon. He's smiling and happy as he tells us that we should reach the mountains within a few days. It's sad we leave our home behind, but I'm hopeful for a better life far away from the dangers that seem to be ever increasing here in the north. Day 4. Sylvia is so happy, running along the side of the wagon, picking up flowers. I was really worried about her being unhappy as we left. The only home she has ever known. The wonder and splendor that is youth. It warms my heart. The mountains are looming ahead of us, and the cold is getting sharp. I can see the worry in John's face as he tries to keep up his spirits. I know he only wants to protect us from the dangers, and I can only pray that we make it past the mountain before the snow. Day 8, we are in the shadow of the mountain, and now the days are shorter. Snow has started to fall, and the cold came on so suddenly it surprised us. We have warm clothes, but the wind cuts right through them. Day 11, we have reached a flat at the base of the fort. There are a few other travelers here who have told us the way through the Darkvale is blocked. With our food running low, we were hoping to resupply at Darkvale Gate Merchant District. Now I don't know what we will do. Turning back is not an option. The snow is coming down so fast. John said he is going to talk to the others soon. Day 16, the horse died today. John is saddened by this, but at least it will feed us until help arrives. I hate that we had to make this trip with Sylvie. She is only 9, and I don't like the way the other men in the camp look at her. That's 9 years old. Day 22, all of our horse meat is gone. It would have lasted longer if we didn't have to share it with the others, but John said things could have gone badly if we did not. I don't like thinking about what he meant by that. Okay, well, that sounds disturbing.
That skill's not ready.
Your daughter is a cat. Why, does she puke on the floor? Like big hairballs?
Does she eat tinsel off the Christmas tree and then puke on the floor?
Yeah, and does she sit there licking her own butt?
Yeah, does she sit there lick her own butt?
And then stare at you like, what are you looking at?
Does she often climb up on the couch and point her butthole directly at your face?
Do you wake up and her butthole is staring at you dead in the eye?
The winking butthole right in your eye, right in your eye.
Yeah.
Do you have a winking?
If so, then yes.
If you got the winking butthole in your eye, then that could be That could be correct.
Yeah. That's
Might
the worst
be.
thing to wake up to.
Possible.
It's happened to me quite a few times.
The winking butthole.
Well, they never lay with their face towards you. They always put their butt towards you.
Yes.
Don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a cat thing.
There's actually meme, like you can get meme things off the internet. They're all over the place. Like you can get a, like a coasters or like little pot holders. And like, here, let me see if I can find one.
Yeah, I've seen some of them things. Cat butts.
Yeah, like this is a coaster. They got the cat butthole coaster.
That don't mean she's a cat, Irene. That means she takes after her mother.
And then I think they got like more than that. Like they got like the.
You need to ask them if you could sell them on your store.
They got like the pot holders. There's the pot holders, the trivets. They got a bunch of silly stuff like this. Like it's a whole meme thing on the internet that apparently like cats always want to show you their butthole, so they've been so. This one's absolutely terrible, by the way. This is literally so. You know how when you're doing yarn, you kind of need something to keep the yarn from getting all tangled up. Yeah, this one's awful. This is literally like it's a yarn holder.
It goes through the butthole.
And the yarn goes through the butthole of the cat.
There's even worse ones. There's something that you put on their tail.
It's freaking terrible.
Oh god, yeah, that is terrible.
Oh yeah, there's if
little bejewel things.
If you're tired, if you're tired of seeing the cat's butthole, there's there's cat butthole jewelry that you can buy now.
It's terrible.
It's a little jewelry thing that covers up their butthole.
It looks like you put a butt plug
you can buy it off the internet, so it covers it up, so you don't gotta look at it all the time.
Yeah, it's like a cat butt plug looking thing. It's terrible.
That's like a little necklace, and it just hangs right over top of their butthole, so you don't gotta look at it. Because they're always putting it in your face. Like you don't want to see it. Like it's like just cover it up and get it out of my face.
The worst thing is though, what happens when they go poop with that on?
It's a whole meme. I'm telling you, it's all over the internet. It's been a meme for a while.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's hilarious.
You just get used to it as a cat owner.
I don't think I ever get used to it. I yell at them and tell them to get their butthole out of my face.
It's just like waking up and your dog's licking your foot, you know? Just one of them things.
It's the brown jewel? Oh, I don't know. That was clearly not brown, but it might eventually turn brown.
Yeah, there's definitely some weird stuff out there that makes me laugh.
I mean, is it weird stuff out there, or cats just have really weird behaviorisms?
Yeah, both.
Because I feel like that's more or less just the cat always putting his butthole in people's faces. And it's just like a cat thing. That's what cats do. They're like, here, look at my butthole. And I'm like, no, I don't want it. Will you put it away?
Yeah.
They literally will, like, this is the thing that cracks me up, is they'll literally come sit on your chest or something, right?
And
they do this thing, and they do like, they go like this, and they look at you, and then they turn straight around so their butthole's directly in your face, and they sit down.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, really?
They'll lay down
really?
and lift their butt up.
Really?
So it's right in your face.
Really? And I pick them up and turn them around, and they literally will turn right back around.
Yep, mine does the same.
Trip South Part 2. Day 28, Gods protect us. We've been starving. I've spent the morning searching the woods for nuts and bugs to eat. I can't believe that it doesn't shame me to say that I have been eating bugs when I can find them. When I get back to the camp, I found that John had killed a man that attacked our daughter. John has brought Sylvie and me a small portion of meat. I don't ask where he got it. The other men asked what happened to their friend. John told them that he tried to hurt our little girl and offered them some freshly cut meat. They took it without another word. I bet you it's the guy. I bet you he freaking cut up the dude. John offered Sylvie to one of the men in the camp. When the men came to the tent to make his advance, John killed him in front of Sylvie and me, and I am so hungry I don't even care. Day question mark. It's so hard to write. Numb fingers of the cold dulls my thoughts. The dark of the mountain makes it easy to lose track of the days. Another man has been lured to our tent in exchange for food, for the promise of warmth. They must know that it's a trap. Maybe they are ready to die. They lie to themselves even as they walk into the butcher's blade. Our next visitor was wise to attack John, killed him, but nothing without suffering, a terrible wound. He is not sure he will survive the night. I find that I don't care as much as I should. All I see is a potential meal. Gods, what is happening to me? John lasted longer than we'd expected, draining our dwindling food supplies. I took care of it. Now we have food for a long while. So they turned into cannibals? Well, that story took a freaking grim turn.
Insanity.
And then she freaking ate her own husband. Alright.
Absolute insanity.
Telling me all these Yeti beasts and stuff that are out here, they couldn't kill one of these Yeti beasts. They could have got together and got a Yeti beast dead and feasted.
They don't taste the same.
Okay, well, you know, I don't care what he tastes like. They're starving to death, alright?
There's more humans.
Alright, let's go back to town real quick, turn in some of these quests before I forget. Let's go back to the homestead. That's right, they were eating Irene burgers. They said they were eating John burgers, but you know.
See anything you like?
That's kind of crazy, though. That story kind of messes me up a little bit in the head.
Yeah, it went downhill very quick.
Shit.
First it's just we're gathering their blood, and now it's we're eating them.
Well, I mean, no, I mean, not that part. I mean, I can understand, I guess, him doing what he had to do to, you know, survive or whatever, you know, blah, blah, blah. I think the part that bugged me the most was just simply the fact that, she literally just, like, turned on her husband like that. I mean, he got wounded and was dying, but was dying, I guess, too slowly for her, and was dwindling their supplies, as she put it. So she killed him and ate him. I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah, that's... Yep.
I guess she got a taste for human blood. I guess we must be tasty. Are you tasty, Meow? Irene, are you tasty?
No.
Charles? I think Charles... Well, Charles is sick. We can't eat him while he's sick. Get better,
Yeah,
Charles. Get better, Charles. Yes. Get better, Charles. Boom, 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 boom.
Mine well spent.
Like, no.
Why do you have such a grim look on your face? Let's see. I'll be damned. If the bastards pull this off, we may as well slit our own throats. This scenario is well beyond my pay grade, or would be if I were getting paid. You will need to bring this to Creed's attention immediately. I've already informed Creed.
Okay, talk to Creed. Creed!
You're here. Good.
We have much to discuss. I found these notes on Karaz.
I've heard of this ritual. It has been performed only with occultist ranks scattered. We can
Yeah, the cult must not be allowed to see the ritual through. Stop the ritual. Yep, that's right. That's pretty much what I figured. Let's not let the ritual go forward.
Safe storage.
Well, no, they're just going to keep eating people if you do.
Well, yeah, definitely don't want them to do that. Stop eating everyone. It's rude. Don't like it.
Good answer, Charles.
Why you got to eat everybody? Please do not eat everybody.
If you find any blueprints, bring them back here.
Oh, aged steaks.
Good price for what I've got left.
So what you're saying is she's pre-aged.
Good use.
Pre-aged steaks. Ah,
But she's
okay.
not even old. think she's just.
I don't know if
gigantic
you're
snake.
ancient. If you're ancient, meow. I mean,
Maybe,
judging by your standards.
Maybe.
Judging by meow standards, apparently you're dust in the wind. Dust in the wind. Before she expires, dang. Rough. That's rough.
Poor Raven.
Where is the, yes, the Order of the Death's Vigil. That's where I wanted to go. Ruh-oh, Raggy.
It's all good if we just drain Irene of her blood and then store
Oh, we're
her.
gonna summon some Chthon, some Chthon demons.
Why not?
Man, they want a whole lot here. Resurrecting the dead over here.
Each to their own.
Apparently, I reclaimed one of their dead guys, and he's like, "Yep, now we're gonna resurrect him." I'm like, "Okay, that's a necromancer
got-
for you."
Gotta pump blood back into him, man.
He said, "Are we the baddies?"
Sort of sound like it.
Sorta sounds like him.
That skill's not ready.
Oh yeah, you're dead. I didn't even see you were a special guy until you died. Ah.
That skill's not ready.
I kinda having fun going through all these little areas. I'm in like some sort of fort castle area now with frickin' stairs going up and down all over the place. Who hell this frickin' Sathan guy is. Some sort of
He is
elder
a
god.
cheeseburger.
Oh, look at all these frickin' blood containers. They weren't kidding when they said they were harvesting blood. Things are huge. You know, you try to be an upstanding citizen and somebody comes along and tries to harvest your blood. You know,
Crazy.
it's a crazy world we live in.
Can't do that.
Oh, you're making me want a burger, Irene.
A burger? I kind of want grilled cheese, but we don't have any bread.
Ooh, grilled cheese.
Rift Snout? What's up, Rift Snout? Suck it.
Suck what? What? Don't tell demons to suck it.
I mean... Oh God, I can't see anything. I don't know what's going on in this place. Apparently I need to speak to Inquisitor Creed at Fort Icon. Do I have Fort Icon on the map? Oh, Fort Icon is like way ahead.
Skills not ready.
Ragarath Rage Blood. What's up, big buddy? What the hell is going on in this place?
Skills not ready.
There's like a food aspect to this game that I really haven't quite understood. And there's food everywhere, like you find rations and stuff all over the place. So for the most part, it doesn't really seem to cause any inconvenience whatsoever, because all you have to do is just like explore. And as you explore, you pick up food. It doesn't, I don't know. Not really sure what the whole food thing is, to be honest.
No idea.
I mean, maybe somebody who's played this game before can explain it to me, because I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand what the food thing, the food aspect is.
I can't do that.
It's a healing system, but I mean, if I'm always at full, then what does it actually do? Like I can't even tell what it does because I feels like I'm always full. Yeah, I kind of figured that because when I would pick up a piece of food, it would increase that. What's up, beautiful lady? Oh, sorry, I'm streaming. I mean, I wasn't sure when I was coming downstairs. I kind of want a grilled cheese, but I kind of want some grilled cheese, but we ain't got no bread.
Hi, Ginger's lady.
I said I kind of wanted some grilled cheese, but we don't got no bread. I should have got some bread while I was out of the store. I think I might eat some of them chips and that dip I got. That sounds kind of good.
Are you done streaming?
I've got.
No, not yet. I'm
Slow
still
food.
streaming.
So you straight up streaming with the chinchilla?
Nah, it's alright. I'll come downstairs in a little while.
You sure?
Yeah. Do you want to watch like a Christmas movie or something later?
Yeah. What time are you coming down?
In a little bit.
Skills not ready.
Alright. Love you, beautiful lady. Alright, bye.
I think you guys should watch. Have some more, please, sir.
Well,
Just to get your
I
English
watched that
vibe on.
Christmas movie. Did you see that Christmas movie on I don't think it was Netflix. It was Amazon Prime with Eddie Murphy.
No, not yet, but I have seen.
It was good. I liked it. It was good.
A few things
That
too.
one was good. I liked it. It was good.
I watched Home Alone yesterday, Holy. But I only watched the first two because after that I'm not keen on them. Like the first two are classic for me. The other ones are.
I have a weird relationship with Home Alone movies. When I was younger, I guess I kind of looked like Macaulay Culkin. I don't look like him now, but they used to always make me do the scream thing in the movie. And I don't know. It's a fun movie to watch every now and then, but it's not quite the cult classic. I feel like some of the other Christmas movies are. Like Die Hard. I freaking love Die Hard as a Christmas movie.
Die Hard's a good one. There's a few good Arnold Schwarzenegger ones as well.
I don't see how Die Hard isn't a Christmas movie. I mean, first off, they're going to a Christmas party. Okay. Second off, they're estranged from each other, and they get back together at the end of the movie, right? So not only was there a Christmas party, but they also, it also ends up in their family coming back together at the end of the movie. It doesn't, they don't stay together, but I mean, at least for Christmas they're together again. There's snow. There's also snow in the movie.
All the way or something?
Jingle All the Way. That one's pretty good too, yeah. Because he's fighting over toys and stuff.
Yeah. There's a couple of decent classics.
I can't do that yet.
I also like Santa Claus. Santa Claus is really good.
Yeah.
With I just like Tim Allen. I think Tim Allen's freaking amazing. I may have a man crush on Tim Allen.
I like watching me Christmas stuff.
Snow's not ready.
I might watch Jingle All the Way later. Good one. I haven't seen that since I was a kid.
Hey Cody, guess what? Your butt stinks, and you got stanky butt. Stanky
Your butt stinks.
Stanky butt. Why you got such a bad stanky butt? He said, well, where's my butt wash? You said you got me some butt wash for Christmas. Come on, let's go.
Butt wash. I get my cat butt wash. I like cat wipes and stuff to clean her because she's a very hairy cat.
Having a dog does not prepare you for certain things about having a dog. Can we talk for a
Same with
second
cats.
about the very odd behavior of dogs sniffing butt cracks? So like one day I'm sitting there and I'm bending down to like look underneath the couch to get, like the TV remote, because the TV remote fell underneath the couch. And like 2 seconds after I bend down to go underneath the couch to get the TV remote, there's a dog nose in my butt crack.
Can't do that.
Just huffing butt crack air. And I'm like, get out my butt crack! Get out my
Funny. That's
Like, I can't even look under the couch!
Just dogs.
It's like, what? I thought you was putting it out there for sniffing. I was like, no!
Christmas is just a normal day for me, Irene. I don't do anything.
And one of the dogs got me so good. When I was working construction, there were these big Malamutes. And the Malamutes snuck up behind me while I was working and just like put their nose right to the back of my pants and took in a big deep breath. And like they sucked in all the air from my pants to the point where literally like you know how like when you suck the air out of like a plastic bag, it like goes, it's like goes like this and it like, sucks to whatever's inside the bag. Like my pants and everything were just like completely like skin tight to my leg. Like he literally
sealed.
He literally vacuum sealed my pants to get all the smell out of my pants. And I turned around and freaking spooked the crap out of me. And the dog was behind me like, what?
Dogs are funny.
Freaking Hoover vacuum seal. Cody said, yes, vacuum seal. I know about the vacuum seal. I do the vacuum seal. Cody, do you want a punch in the butt?
Yes. But do you want a nose in the butt?
What's this big snoot right here? What's this snoot? Is this for snooting? Is that for snooting stuff? Why you got side snoots? You got front snoots and side snoots. Why you got side snoots? You don't even know. Let me tell you the reason why you got side snoots. It's a really interesting reason. So dogs, when they sniff in, don't want cross-contamination for exhaust. So when you breathe outward, your snoot breathe outs come out the side slits, so it doesn't interfere with the breathing in of the scents, so that one scent doesn't mix with the other. That's right.
It's crazy.
He just got mad at me. Good. Yeah, tell everybody all about it.
Oh, he will. Never hear the end.
He said, why are you talking about my snoots? Oh yeah, that's how you feel, Kubas? Do you feel that? That's how you feel strong about that? He said, yeah. That's how I feel strong. Feel strongly. I think I already did this whole area. Solo Cell found Enigma Royal McNugget. Congratulations, that's crazy. Sounds like you have broken the Diablo code. You have to teach me your tricks. I bow to you, sir. Teach me the power. Let me understand the power that you wield. I wouldn't have made an Enigma though. I would have made something else. I would have made Chains of Honor and would have taken that Jaw rune and made something nice with that. Dream maybe. Could have made some dreams. Yeah, if I had 2 Jaw runes, could have made some dreams. Hey Cody, guess what? Your butt stinks. You got that stank, you butt. You gotta get that stank, you butt. You gotta get that stank, you butt. We're going downstairs in a little bit, buddy. Don't worry about it. He said, "Oh yeah, when?" He goes, "Cause you telling lies. You was telling half truths and lies." Randy Travis one-handed. We got country songs up in here. In my new opinion, Enigma armor doesn't worth the Jaw rune. I don't really think it's worth it either, but I mean, it's a decent little piece of armor. I still think Chains of Honor is better, but
Yeah. I prefer Chains of Honor or Fortitude, depending what you're doing.
well, it's just Chains of Honor is so universally good across all characters. I mean, there's really not a lot of bad things about that armor. I mean, it's +2 and 65 all res, which is good for just about any character that's going to put it on. On top of that, it has a massive amount of undead and demon damage for any physical damage characters. It has life leech, which can be utilized on multiple characters, including minions, if you need life leech armor. I mean, it even has magic find and damage reduction. It's like an absolutely insane piece of armor, right?
Sure.
I mean, personally, it's not only is it like insane, but also the 65 all res that it offers literally allows you to skimp on reses on other pieces of equipment, which means that you can then add even more damage or damage reduction or whatever it is that specifically you're going for. Because it's just another way that you can make your character even more tankier. I mean, Enigma has some interesting things, like the teleport is nice, but
I think the main thing I like with Enigma is the run walk strength on level. Like, other than that, and obviously the 2 skills.
I mean, there's only one.
Yeah.
There's only one character or the class that really kind of needs teleport. I mean, you can get away with other items, but the necromancer is really nice to have in. But you can get away with teleport on a circlet or teleport on an amulet, or I mean, there's other options.
Yeah.
Cody, what are you crying for? You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Ain't nothing but a Cuba's dog. Just a crying all the time. Ain't nothing but a boobas dog. Just a boobing all the time. Oh, Cubas, the boobas, why do you cry the way you do, the way you do? You gonna sing me a song, Cubas? Sing me a song. Sing me a song all about chinchillas and snacks and treats. I want a song about snacks and treats and chinchillas. All right, go. Snacks, treats, and chinchillas, go. Oh, he likes that word "go." I forgot about that. He likes that word. I think that's a powerful word in the dog language. He said, "Wait a minute, you said go?" He said, "Where we go?" He said, "I heard go." He said, "Can't take it back." He said, "I heard you." No. Oh, he said, "Where we do? He said, Cody, where is your alligator? Can you go get me your alligator? Go get me your alligator. Oh, he brings it over to me and then teases me with it and then runs away. He doesn't actually give it to me.
Just adorable.
He's like, "Oh yeah, this alligator?" He's like, "This one?" He goes, "Yeah, you can't have this. This is mine." He goes, "This is my alligator." He goes, "I hope you know that this is mine. It's not yours." Where is your alligator? What is this? That is a pilum. That is not an alligator. No, this is a pilum. Dang, the whole freaking light. You just knocked over my whole light, you turd boy.
See you around.
Turd boy. He's a nice turd. He's a used turd. How about that? Turd man. So I'll fight you. Cody, you want this? Set. Bism goodest, brother. Yes. Now he's gonna be farting all night.
Oh my.
Goobus the farting dog. When you have a monster dog, they also have monster farts. I hope you guys know that.
Terrible.
Monster dog, monster farts. Oh, Fort Icon. That was exactly where I was supposed to go. Speak to Inquisitor Creed at Fort Icon. Fort Icon seems to be overwhelmed with monsters.
Kill them all.
Kaimon's Chosen. I think that's the other sect of people that I did turn down. I mean, the choice was between the necromancers of Ouroboros and some sort of religious cult that had some sort of extreme zealotry. Said that they killed people who didn't worship their cause and a bunch of other things. And I was like, you know what, that doesn't sound nice. I'm not interested in that. Apparently, also, it's actually a kind of like a laughing stock. They're kind of a laughing stock because the god that they worship doesn't exist. So they worship a god that doesn't exist, and then they get mad at people if they're heretics. He snores. He snores big time. My beautiful lady can't stand it. She says he snores. I snore, and then when I start snoring, he starts snoring, and he's like, "Oh, the song of my people," and he just like hops right in and starts snoring too.
Oh, that's funny.
I don't know what makes me snore. I've tried all sorts of things to get rid of it, like breathe right strips, all sorts of things. Nothing seems to work.
Some people just snore.
I think I just got a big fat tongue. apparently there's some type of snoring that comes about just simply because your tongue is too big or something. I don't know. Like apparently it's kind of like rolls backward and gets stuck in your throat or something. I don't freaking know. I looked it up one time. There's like some sort of little devices you can get that kind of like hold your tongue forward and keep it from going backward to prevent you from snoring. But man, they're a pain in the butt.
Weird.
One of them is like a little suction cup that sits on the end of your tongue.
That'd be so annoying.
Yeah, it is. It's really annoying.
That would do my head in. That just stopped me from sleeping.
Oh, one time I like.
That skill's not ready.
I don't know. Oh, an ancient spirit. Hey Cody, guess what? You better get away from my porkum twists. See, you got me killed because you're trying to steal my porkum twist. Porkum twist thief. Thief. That's right, I said it. Thief. I'm gonna stick my finger right up your nostril hole. Trying to steal my porkum twists. I seen you. I seen you trying to thief. Thief. Porkum twist thief. Don't think I didn't see. Well, I seen. Oh, it's got some freaking defense on it. 650. 650 defense. It's got health, armor. It's got +3 to counter strike, which is apparently a soldier thing. Oh yeah, that's how you feel, boobas? Mm-hmm. Okay. What else? How else do you feel? Feeling terrible inside? You got a bubble guts? Is that what you got? You got bubble guts? I think that armor might be better than what I got on. I kind of want to put 1 point in. Oh, it's freaking level 50, of course. I got all this stuff that's level 50 and I can't get to it yet. No wonder it's so good, level 50 requirement.
I'll hold on to that for you.
What's my rating for the game so far? I mean, I haven't really gotten past normal difficulty, so I don't really feel like my rating is really all that great. But, Cody, will you stop interrupting me? I don't think my rating is really all that great, but so far, up to this point, level 45, I don't know how far I am in the story. I mean, it seems really fun. I like it. It's a first playthrough. It feels very Diablo 2-esque. I mean, I'd give it like an, I'd give it a 9. I'd give it a 9. It's pretty nice. I mean, but that's just what I've done so far. I mean, it could change. Could change. Oh, Kubus Abubus, why do you do this? You whine and complain. I don't know why you got to be such a sad boy. Go get your alligator so that we can play. And I will throw your alligator and say go. Go get your alligator. Uh-oh, the chinchillas are fighting each other and he's upset now. I swear he's like the guardian of the household. If the cats fight, he gets in the middle of it and tries to break it up. If the chinchillas fight, he gets upset and he barks at them and tries to get them to stop. If like people fight, he gets in the middle of them and tries to get them to stop. He's literally just like the guardian of the household.
Cute though.
Cody, where's your alligator? You better find your alligator. You better find him. You better find the alligator now. Where is he at? Where's your gator? Where is he? I know he's in here. I don't know why he can't find him.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Hey, Merry Christmas, Redneck Gaming.
Hey, listen, I have a question, and it has to do with D4. I know you're in here in Grim Dawn, but I ran at least 25 of to try and get the Ubers, and I was only getting one. It wasn't dropping 2 Ubers. It was only dropping 1. Is it a chance to drop 2, or?
You talking about the unique items?
Yeah.
I mean, the unique items always drop 1, and then eventually they drop 2. And when they drop 2, you have a chance of getting one of the Ubers.
Is he on about because it's currently meant to be a double drop?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a double drop percentage, not a double drop. You're thinking about it differently.
Okay.
So you just got more chance.
It's double the chance, and it really is double the chance. I mean, I spent the first day with the double chance and got like freaking 7 Uber uniques, so I can attest it is definitely higher than it was before. But I mean, it really just depends on what you're going for. It seems like some of them are a little bit more rare than others.
Yeah, I mean, I got the grandfather, I got the Hodo, I got the, you know, the whole works, so. But I was just running it just to see. I was trying to get that spear. I think it's a spear, right? For the wizard.
Yeah, the Spear of Lycander.
Yes.
I think it's the source and the druid. That
Yeah,
drop.
sorceress and druid. Doesn't drop for any of the other classes.
But being that the season's over in a few weeks, it doesn't really matter.
Nah, get your hands on it anyway and play with it. See if you actually like it.
Probably. So how's Grim Dawn? How do you like it? Because I love it. So
very Diablo 2-esque. I mean, there's a
Yes.
lot of it feels a lot like Diablo.
Yeah, it plays a lot like Diablo. But the game itself is really good. I have to ask, not because everyone else is doing it, but because I think I would get a lot out of it if you did do it. Are you going to be doing any PoE?
Can't do that.
No, I don't really like PoE. It's terrible.
He's going to try number 2 when it comes out, but
Yeah, I'm gonna try number 2 when it comes out, but I can't get into PoE.
there's too much in
I
number
just
1 to
don't like
learn.
it.
Yeah, it's just very, very hard.
I've tried
You know,
about
it
3
is-
different. I've tried about 3 different times over the years to get into PoE, and every single time I try, it just doesn't. It doesn't click with me, and it just doesn't feel right. I just don't like it.
Skill's not
It's a
ready.
very mechanical game. It really is.
Feels like
In the
PoE
way-
was made for Diablo 2 nerds, and this is kind of like a subset within a subset. Like, imagine you're a nerd and other nerds are discriminating against you because you're not nerdy enough. Like, that's what PoE feels like. PoE feels like a game that was made for nerds that discriminate against other nerds.
I just find it very hard to get into because they're like I haven't played it in years. I started a character just for a bit of fun.
Like, I feel like this would be on Big
so
Bang
much.
Theory, and it would be like Sheldon making fun of somebody who has a
Yeah.
master's because he has a PhD.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you have only 1 PhD? Well, I have 6 PhDs. Like, that's the kind of thing that PoE really kind of hits me with. Is it's like, it feels like it was made for just, I don't know, like the most extreme subset of Diablo 2 people that were very, 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 very nerdy. And even if I do fall into that category, that doesn't necessarily mean I want a game that's built around that category.
No, I get it.
Skill's not ready.
My
PoE
son
2
plays it.
looks more promising. Like, I gotta say that of what I've seen of PoE 2 so far, it seems less in that extreme nerdiness category and
Yes, but we
more.
won't know until it comes out.
Well, I'm just saying, from what I've seen, it just seems less like
Yeah.
PoE 1 and
It seems more simple.
seems to be moving away from the PoE 1 like ultra nerdiness scheme.
Yeah,
Well,
it seems a lot more
actually,
simple.
Yeah, no, actually they are, and PO1E is going to have its own server, and PoE2 is going to have its own server. So they are keeping it separated.
Keep it
I also like that
separated.
anything you've bought like stash tab wise on PO 1 goes over to PO 2.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't
So
have
you don't have
anything.
to, like,
I don't
respec-
have anything on PoE, so I don't really care.
I did about 5,000 hours on it, so I've got like 400 premium tabs. A lot of it.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Redneck. I get asked the question so much that it's starting to get insulting because it literally pops up every single 5 seconds of every single stream that I ever do, no matter what game I'm playing. Somebody has to come up and ask me if I'm playing PoE, and it literally in the comments, everything, and no matter how many times I answer the question, there's always another person popping up asking me if I'm gonna play PoE.
Let me explain why I asked. You're very good at what you do. I love your streams, I love your commentary, I love what you do, and I just thought, well, if he gets into this, that gives me another reason to watch him and learn even more. And I was hoping that you would, so I could learn a little bit more and explain it to you.
I mean, I don't really think PoE is the kind of game where you teach things to people, though. Like, it feels like PoE is so complicated that even if I did go through the process of trying to teach people the mechanics, more often than not, they would just want me to post a code to my build and just copy the build exactly, and there would be very little at all teaching, and that's just not how I do things. I don't like to be.
It is a good game, but it's just there's so much. There's so much content. There's so much of everything.
It's very involved. It's a very involved game.
And it's very grindy as well.
I mean, let me give you an example of a build guide problem. And this is my personal problem with build guides. Build guides don't teach you enough about the game and the characters and how to play to actually know what the hell you're doing. I could give you a build guide right now, like just a build guide, and literally you could still fail. It happened recently. So one of my viewers, apparently in Diablo 4, decided they were going to copy my Frenzy Barbarian. My Frenzy Barbarian is perfectly capable of, like, even without modification, is perfectly capable of, like, up to tier 5 AOZ, and with minor modification is capable up to tier 9 AOZ. And I literally posted the build guide a long time ago, kind of just like going over my build for the Frenzy Barbarian. Somebody copied my build exactly, and they can't even complete, like, tier 1 AOZs. And this is the same exact character that I clear literally, much higher AOZs with. And this comes down to an understanding of the mechanics of the game and not really properly understanding how things work, like what the rotation is, how, like why you use a particular skill, like why, not attacking at a particular time might be dangerous. I mean, there's so much going on in a build, and that's Diablo 4. Diablo 4 is less complicated than PoE.
Oh, Diablo 4 is simple as hell.
In PoE, I can't even imagine. Like, I honestly can't even imagine people trying to copy my build in PoE and then telling me how terrible it is. Like, because they die over and over again. And meanwhile, I'm over here, like, doing the hardest content in the game with the same exact build that they can't get to work. I like to teach the mechanics, and I just don't really see myself ever being able to teach the mechanics of PoE. Not only that, but I also feel like people wouldn't really be interested in learning the mechanics of PoE because they're so complicated. They would just be much more interested in just simply being told exactly how to play their character.
No,
just tell me how to play.
Yeah, no, I get it because there's so many build guides out there that you try to follow and it's like, okay, this isn't working. Well, it's not working because you're not playing it. They're playing it, and they're trying to describe what they've built. And yes, you can build it, but are you playing it the same way that I'm playing it?
I mean, I just don't even understand like how build guides ever work at all, because I built a character a while back based around Frostburn gauntlets. Like the entire character was built around Frostburn gauntlets, right?
Okay, but
and the first thing out of somebody's mouth when they went to go copy my build was, wouldn't this be better if we put Fist of Fates here instead of Frostburn gauntlets? And I'm like, dude, the entire build is literally around the Frostburn gauntlets. If you take the Frostburn gauntlets off, the build no longer works. You can't like just go into the build and just start swapping out pieces willy-nilly, like, because half the time something that you think might be inconsequential might be the key to the entire build, and you might change just one little tiny thing and then the whole build collapses.
Correct. So I don't use a build to play. I don't. I use a build, I look at it to see what they did, what structures they use, to get an idea of where I might want to go with my build.
I'd say mainly, watch like different skills and see what one you think, oh, that looks cool, and then just build your own and just play it and see how you enjoy it. And then when you get into the later tier stuff, then start researching what's
and
the
I
best way
always
to
tell
do
people
stuff.
anyway, I'm like, before you follow anybody's build,
You should just play it. Yeah.
Play the game. Just understand the mechanics of it. Understand, you know, your character and how you're going to play it. And when I use a build guide, it's not to steal things off of it or you know, take the build and make it for myself, because I don't like doing that myself. I like looking at the build and going, why did they do that? I like to ask the questions of why. Why did they do this? Why did they put points here? Why aren't they using all the points here instead of here? Why are they only using one here, and so forth and so on? But
It's Royal on about.
yeah,
I have no idea, Ginger. Do you have any idea what he's on about?
And he always comes in and spams a whole bunch of nonsense. I try to just let him just do whatever he wants to do. I mean, I don't really know what's going on with him.
Yeah, I can't really make sense.
I don't really even try. I just let him spam his craziness. Eventually, he gets tired of spamming his craziness.
Broken wing.
Eventually, he gets tired. I think he has a conversation with himself. It sounds like he's having a conversation with himself. So
I think he is.
who are you talking to?
It's on YouTube on the stream.
Oh.
yeah, we're streaming right now. So there's people talking. Though it's just one particular person who's kind of having a conversation with himself.
Talking about fighting himself, I'm guessing.
Oh, it's not me, is it?
You want to fight God? You better jump off a bridge first.
Oh yeah, I got a note here. Loose ends. Deceived, stuck down here in the dark like a rat in a trap. I write these words so I might have vengeance. It's unlikely that this will be found. Well, I found it. But if someone reads this, know that Malvec Breville is a traitorous cur. I am Nathan Untraze. I am a foreigner in these lands, and unashamed to say that I am both a thief and an assassin. I tell you this now so you know that I am truthful in my later words. I have been in the secret employ of a wealthy noble, Malvec Breville. Most of my work for him was stealing key pieces of information and materials for leverage. I have slit throats of no less than 3 of his rivals and their agents. I broke into the chamber of the man above Malvec and placed certain evidence. This resulted in the man arrested, allowing Malvec to move into his position of power. None of this is new. Some things happen with wealthy men and scheming nobility the world over. More recently, he bade me to recover an ancestral artifact from his father's tomb, the family signet ring. A thing that should not have been buried, he says, but the argument between the father and son led to rash decisions. I care not for the reason. His coin was always good. But I say nothing and let him speak. He went on to say the tomb is lavished in my family's vast wealth of the ages. Touch nothing. I'm not paying you to plunder my ancestor's tomb. You're only to recover my father's signet ring in return. And make sure you carry a torch. Seldom light escapes those depths. Do not dare return without the signet. I found the entrance easy enough, but it just revealed stairs to blackness. After lighting a torch, I descended into the tomb and wandered the halls for hours, searching a single name among these countless thousands of dead. At last, I gave up, but I would not leave empty-handed. I was driven to find the wealth Malvec spoke of. I went farther and farther into the darkness. There was some treasures, but nothing of what he hinted at. I pressed on, ignorant of the risk, and losing my way back. Once the torch started flickering, I knew. As if I had planned the betrayal myself, Malvec had played me like a fool. His careful choice of words stung at my pride and ensured that I would be driven to find the signet despite any risks. And the subtle suggestion to bring a single torch, I was a fool to bring just one. Here I am to stay as I write these final words. Now I see the deception for what it was. Only the elimination of a loose end. My light is done, and so am I. Nazan. Betrayal. That's actually pretty cool. I was kind of in there. I was like, oh, let's get the signet ring. I was like, all right, where are we going? We're going in the tomb to get the signet ring. And then all of a sudden, he's like, oh, he goes, there's no signet ring. I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean? There's no signet ring? He's like, it was all a trap. Dirty, dirty trap. There's actually some real life cases of that kind of stuff happening. There's some sort of like giant catacombs underneath of I think it's France, and I think like people go down there sometimes thinking that they can get out, and then they get lost or their light goes out and it's pitch black dark under there without any kind of lighting, and they get lost down there and they die, and there's no way out. I mean, they can wander around in the darkness for a really long time and hope they can stumble across an exit, but chances of that happening are pretty slim to none. I guess I've already...
That's why you bring a very large ball of yarn with you. You tie it to the entrance, and then you go for your wander.
Of yarn.
And then you just follow your string back.
I think some people have tried that before and then still ended up getting lost down there.
Yeah, I can't
They're
do
crazy.
that yet.
Just don't go down there, Sim.
I don't think I would go down there.
No, I'm all good.
I'm not exactly like claustrophobic or anything.
But no one
I'd have
likes
to be.
being-
I'd have to be in
yeah.
a really tight situation. Like some people are claustrophobic to the point where literally, if they're in like a phone booth, that would be considered like too much. But like if I was deep down underneath of the ground, like in an area like that where it's pitch black dark, I think I'd probably.
It's
get
creepy.
I think I'd probably get a little bit of claustrophobia hitting me at that point. Merry Christmas, Royal McNugget. Cody, we're going downstairs soon. Okay? Calm your paws. Calm your paw pads. And you still haven't found me, Alum Gator. Where is Alum Gator? You better find me Alum Gator, or you're not gonna get no Christmas presents. Said what? Said no Christmas presents for me. That's rude.
Yeah.
Where's Alum Gator? Where is Gator Alum?
Up above.
That is a pillow. That is not an Alum Gator. You dirty, dirty cheater.
Why have you got a pillow up?
He's got his own pillow. It says pillow reserved for dog on it.
All right, guys. I just wanted to wish you guys a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year.
Oh, Merry Christmas to you too, Redneck Gammon.
Thank you.
Have a lovely Christmas, Redneck.
Same to you. Be safe.
That skill's not ready.
Yeah, enslavement as opposed to killing.
That skill's not ready.
Enslave them. Cody, do you want enslavement? He said, I'm already slave for food. You give treat, me give cuddle. That's all you give. It's just cuddle. I'm gonna get Cody a little like backpack looking thing. He's gonna carry around stuff for me. I'm gonna use him as a pack mule. Cody, you wanna be my pack mule? You wanna be my dog meat from Fallout? And I can put some heavy stuffs on you and you can carry it around for me. You carry my stuffs. Don't eat my snacks though. Don't eat my fried mole rat meats. He said, what? The mole rat meats are the best. He said, give me them mole rats.
Mole rats.
In in Skyrim or in Fallout, you kill these little naked mole rat looking things and eat them. Black Legion footmen. Don't go in there. The ethereals have torn open a rift. Okay.
That skill's not ready.
Oh, that's... Why you butthole so stanky, huh? Why you got such a stanky butt? He always looks away when I ask him questions, like he's thinking about it. Like he's really pondering the meaning of it. He's like, I don't know why it's so stanky. I don't
I can't do that yet.
I can't tell. I can't sniff my own butt.
You bloody can.
Yes, Cody. Why you gotta put your head on the keyboard for? You know the keyboard's where I do my work, don't you? That's why you put your head on it. Because you're trying to mess with me. I know. He's not dumb. He's not a dummy. He tries to block my mouse and he tries to block my keyboard. and he tries to block everything because he knows that's where my hands are and what I'm working. He's a smart little booger.
He's a booger.
A booger, yes. I call him all sorts of names. Kubus, Cody the monster dog, Kubus a boobus. Beautiful lady calls him Tinkin Boobus. Tinkin Boobus. Or Tinkin Boogus. Tinkin Boogus, that's his name. Tinkin Boogus. Cody use a Tinkin Boogus. A Tinkin. What's going on here? I just want reporting. Tinkin Boogus. He did not tinkin.
We speak at last. As I am sure you know, there are many who now cast their gaze upon you, traveler. Or should I say, taken. Some who mean you ill. Some who
She takes
fear
after
your
her mother,
potential.
so
Then
you know.
there are those who command me. They have taken great interest in
favorite
your
Xmas movie.
accomplishments.
I don't actually know. There's
I
loads
cannot
that I
speak
like.
of such things in this place. The cursed gaze
I think
of our
I'll
foes
probably
is
watch
cast
Jingle All the
upon
Way
us.
later on.
So,
What's my favorite Christmas movie? There's a lot of good ones, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
There is Cody, why are you interrupting me? I think Cody's had enough, and he said it's time to go. That's what Cody said.
Maybe he needs a poop.
No, I mean that might be the case, but I don't have a head out anyway. Honestly, though, I think Die Hard's really good. Also, I consider Gremlins, the original Gremlins movie, to be a Christmas as well. Yep. I'm gonna put you in a headlock, and you're not gonna get out. That's it. Gotcha. That's it. Headlocked. No. Die Hard's good. Gremlins is good. Santa Claus. I like the Santa Claus movies with Tim Allen. Go get your alum gator.
Irene the Gremlin.
All right, yeah. I'll see you later.
See you later, Ginger. Have a love.
I cut him off for I am gonna go spend some time with my beautiful lady for Christmas Eve. I just wanted to hop on here and do a short stream with you guys. It's only been like 4 hours, but you know, whatever. That's short by my standards. I may or may not be on tomorrow. I don't know what we're doing tomorrow, but well, I guess we'll see. As always, I do appreciate you guys and gals for joining me. I wish you all a Merry Christmas. Cody is wishing you all a Merry Christmas too. Isn't that right, Cody? See? Exactly. Merry Christmas, and have a Happy New Year if I don't see you then.